Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I hope you're all having a very fabulous Wednesday. And forgive the hair today. I've got some deep conditioner in it, and yeah, it's all frizzed out. I don't have any other product besides the deep conditioner, and I let it air dry, and I look like Cousin Ed. It was so fun. So I thought I'd better tame that down and be like, you know, presentable enough to be on camera today because I was not going to deal with that same right speed issue that we had last Friday. Every 30 seconds, those of you that were here, you know what was up. But every 30 seconds, pretty much, I'd have to push record again because we'd get the right speed error, and it was just such a mess. And I thought, we're not doing that tonight. So here I am. I mean, it's a more grainy webcam, but at least in this specific lighting, you can't really tell the difference between the good camera and this webcam. And we'll just not even have to have that right speed error issue. So win-win. It's going to get dark here, I don't know, over the next hour, most likely. We're losing light kind of rapidly anyway, just because it's very overcast out there. But I do have my trusty little mini version of this big boy to light our screens today. So yes, we will be dealing with this, hopefully not in front of our faces. And I can adjust it, as I need to. Like right now, it doesn't need to be so bright. That's probably a little better. But as we lose light, I might have to up the ante on that, or my, webcam will try to compensate, and it'll get real pixelated and real grainy looking. Let's see. And we have a couple different temperatures. That's more warm temperature, cool temp, and just kind of a regulated between the two of them. Hair's coming out of the braid. It's fun. But yes, I'm going to say hi to you guys, and we're going to do a one-card pull for everybody who's here that wants one. Hello. So let's see who's here. So we have 2 donations thus far. They are one-card pulls, so they should go right quick. So anyone looking to donate, and both of those I have to timestamp, so anyone that wants to donate, you will be first in line, my friend, unless either Vicky or Cheyenne is up late on their side of the world over there. But yeah, they have each a 1-card read, and of course we're going to start out with I almost said collective reading, but no, we're doing a 1-card pull. And then, yeah, we will maybe just kind of catch up on, I don't know, current events. I don't know of anything too current that I could add to the conversation. But we did have a really fun Patreon event on, was it Monday night? Yeah, Monday night. And we talked about some things that probably can't talk about here on YouTube without getting in trouble. But anybody that wants to check that out, it's for the top tier of Patreon. We are taking a pause on Patreon in May. So anyone who joins before then will just have access and won't be charged again until if I pick it back up in June or July or whatever. But I kind of want to rethink and revamp what I offer over there, just because we're down. I think we have 11 patrons over there, which is a lot for, your average person. I'm pretty happy with that number. I wished it was a little more, just so we could have more, back and forth in our different events and stuff that we have. Because it was it January? I'm trying to remember, was it February or January? I can't remember which one I took the break on, or before I took the break. I had 2 live events, and I was the only one there. So, and I understand everybody's got their schedule and whatnot. But I just like to have, some back and forth so we can have a vibe and have some fun going. So yeah, we have Cheyenne and Vicky for donation. Amber is here. Hello, Amber. Jessica Lynn. Nikki Swain is here. Welcome, ladies. Also got Michelle Lynn. Tunisia 1994. Hello. Oh, you watched it again today? Yeah. I did. I know you kind of came in like partway in and kind of missed the beginning of it, but yeah, I think it was worth catching the beginning. We kind of dove into these energies that are going on, and we did a big eclipse reading on that live stream. So we talked about some spiritual topics and some hot tips for not going to the astral realm, all that fun stuff. So yeah, what else did we talk about? Yeah, just intention setting, all that. We kind of dove a little deeper. Oh yeah, dreams, things like that. Yeah. Yeah, it was, and we talked about, oh yeah, the yoga that's being formed with Rahu and Jupiter coming up and just what that means. And then, of course, the upcoming eclipse. And those people that were in the chat that I had their birth information, I kind of broke down how that eclipse was going to affect each and every one of them. So there are definite perks to being over on Patreon. Yeah, the matrix, the moon construct, yeah, all of that. Yeah, we went in. We covered quite a bit in like an hour and 15 minutes, I think. It was so fun. I want to just do those all the time. I would be so down to do those all the time. They're so fun for me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our one card read. We're going to be using, I always forget the name of this little guy, Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. So this is the back. And these are fun little, I guess, prompts just to, see what's up. So if you had a very specific question in the back of your mind, or if you just wanted a general reading, you can kind of do this however you want. But I see 6. Ooh, it just jumped up to 8. I'm like, there's 6 people, but now there's 8 people and 5 likes on that video. Thank you so much for the engagement. It really does help over here on the channel. Now we have 4. Now we have 5 likes. Okay, loving it, loving it. So yes. Let's put a number 85 for 8 people and 5 likes. That will be your golden ticket to get yourself a one card pull. And we will do that for the first 20 minutes or, less, depending how long it takes us. We usually don't go over that 20-minute mark because I like to get right in for everybody who has donated, so I don't have to wait too long. But thus far, the 2 that I have donations for, we will be time stamping. So whoever donates first, we will dive into into your question. Yeah, so Michelle Lynn is the first 85 I see. Let's tune in to Michelle's inner self and get that guidance for her. Enjoy the journey. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Yeah, especially when you've got a lot going on or shaking up, waking up, breaking up, making up, in your life. Sometimes it can just be a lot to think of all the stuff, like, if you're moving or if you're switching jobs or if there's issues going on in something. It can be a lot to think of all the to-dos and the, oh my gosh, I got to get all this done. And just to center yourself in the moment, like, well, what do I need to do? Or what should I focus on right now? Could really help with that anxiety of the future. And of course, the past, that sometimes can be a dumpster fire all in and of itself. Oh, my mom is here. Hello, Mardell Keeper. Put in 85 in the chat if you want me to pull you a card for those that are just joining us. Oh, JB, I'm so glad you were finally able to catch a live. So yeah, we've taken care of one person. Put in 85 in the chat if you would like to pull me a card, or like to pull me a card. No, other way around. I will pull you a card, but if you want to pull me a card, hey, I'm not opposed. So yes, Amber, let's get Amber her card. Tuning into Amber's inner self for her guidance today. Push to surface. And I hope I showed Michelle her card. I could probably do that because they got a little tidbit of information. So I think I might have just read hers. Hopefully I showed it to you, Michelle. My apologies if I didn't. And the number 27, which might be following you around. You just never know. So push to surface, Amber. You may have become complacent. You may be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. And I think you're already there. I really do. I think you're already there. And you're ready to push to the surface and make some big and much needed changes in your life, which is super exciting. Could be very stressful at times, but they are much needed and you're going to feel the full benefit of them. All right, Nikki Swain, let's get you a card, my dear. Tuning into Nikki's inner self. Ooh, you get 2. So we have looking at the underbelly and shedding the old. So really what I'm getting with this combination for you, Nikki, is to kind of do a mini life review or, maybe do a whole deep dive of a life review to look at the underbelly and, even just make sure you're using your time in the best possible way, just kind of moment to moment, or is what you're doing, what are you spending that time or paying your attention to? Is it getting you closer to your goals or is it bringing you farther away from your goals? And with the shedding of the old, it just says here, there is a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. So there's new opportunities coming in with you doing this review of the past to be able to shed, declutter, purge the energy, the physical stuff in your life, maybe certain connections, so that you can make way for some really beautiful new opportunities, Nikki. All right, Jessica Lynn, let's get you a card. Mardell has donated. Thank you so much, Mom, even though I'm on this channel to get donations for you. For those of you that don't know, I use this channel to help bring in donations so that we can help my mom get into a home. Her house burned down in July of 2019. She's still living in her camper, but this is the year we know something is going to happen. She's kind of in the process, hopefully very, very soon, to buy my grandma's property outright and to be able to move into there. It needs a crap ton of work, a new roof, among many other things, but we're working to hopefully get her in there this year sooner than later. But yes, this is Jessica Lynn's card. Look at this. It says replacing what was lost with the number 12. So if you recently had a connection break off or the loss of something perceived that felt like a loss to you, this was needed to happen so you could let go of that to make way or make room in your life for something new to come in and replace it. So it says you now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon, so that's very exciting. And it's also the number 12 there. 1 + 2 is 3. That adds up to 3, that very creative number, and collaboration and cooperation and just wanting to start something new as well is very associated with the number 3. So let's get one for Lynn Dooge. Tuning into Lynn's inner self. We have clearing the excess. Wow, what a theme we've established tonight. There's a lot of clearing of the old to make way for the new, and that is no exception for you, Lynn. So the number 18 is associated here as well. 1 + 9, or 1 + 8 = 9. I'm getting ahead of myself. Which is closing out those old cycles, but also tuning into the sense of purpose. What was the purpose of what you are now closing out? And how is that serving for your future purpose, for new energy to come in? But it says you are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. Or I would even say energetic clutter, mental clutter, even spiritual or soul contract type of clutter. You can pull those cords, just connect to your own inner self, which is directly connected to the original source creator outside of this matrix construct with all these false light entities and guides. You want to get clear of all of this and go directly to the source. We don't need all the middlemen to muddy the waters of us clearing. So you can do this with all sorts of things in your life. Clear addictions this way. You can pull cords to certain addictions. I need to, current time right now, need to pull cords on my addiction to sweet stuff. I've been just having this huge sweet tooth lately and I don't know why. I might need to do another parasite cleanse. They love the sugary stuff, so maybe that's just something I need to do. But yeah, maybe that's something you can do as well. Tunisia 1994. Let's get you a card as well. Right. So where you need to be with the number 26, 2 + 6 = 8, which is about taking that action, feeling this sense of purposefulness as you move forward in one goal or one area of life or another. And it says, acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith. The universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. And if you don't know what direction to turn or what to do, really tuning into that inner self can help you. Trusting your own intuition, it's going to be on point for you at this time. All right. So scroll down, just see that I hadn't missed anybody's 85 here. Yes, we've got more. So JB, let's get an 85, aka pull a card for JB. And we have here gliding through currents with the number 13, which the number 13 is associated with the divine feminine. You add up that 1 + 3, and that gives you that number 4 of stability, security, building a strong and new solid foundation for yourself. But it says gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. So yeah, you might just be brainstorming different ways. If you're seeing there's no way forward in a certain area of life or another, just gaining that perspective. I thought that was your birth date, Amber? I was gonna say it, but then I'm like, wait, what if I'm wrong? Ego, come on, get out of here, ego. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. But yes, this is you, JB, just gliding through and maybe even just stepping away if there is a like a problem imminent for you or something you're really trying to work through, but no solution is coming to you. Sometimes stepping away, kind of putting it on the back burner and going and doing something else, doing something in nature, doing something creative, doing something that makes you laugh and gets you excited, that can sometimes just open the way for this epiphany or aha moment to come in by way of your inner self guiding you to the next step. So yeah, all right. Mardell, let's get one for Mardell. Diving to new depths with the number 2. Union, working together with somebody as well. So it says there is a deeper meaning to what is happening. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what it is you are feeling about your current situation. And it's weird as I'm like reading that, I'm just getting this like mental picture of me and Eric breaking up back in the day. You remember that. So, it was kind of a bittersweet thing, way more bitter than sweet, that's for sure. But, after the breakup, and you've had, your own breakups as well. So thinking though, what replaced that, romantic connection for me was someone much better, much more amazing. So even if there's something going on in your life with a connection or a situation, Mardell, that feels like a big loss to you, really what is happening is this thing is being removed, energetically speaking, from your life to make room for something that's going to replace that energy in a much more like just more supportive way, just a much more loving way, just feels really good. That's what I was getting for you. Yeah, wow. All right, Marlene V, welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get Marlene a card, tuning into Marlene's inner self. Oh, I was thinking of you today, Marlene. How's your daughter doing with her swallowing issue? I hope that's going much better. It didn't seem to me to be something that, was too big of a deal. I mean, of course, in the moment, it's very scary, but I'm hoping that has evened out. But we have facing your fears. That's so weird because that is such a fearful thing to, be able to swallow. But with the number 46 here, so there's a new beginning coming to the way that you are facing certain fears in your life. So it says, look for ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. I love that. I love that message so much. And yeah, that number 46 might be relevant, but adding that up to that number 10, there's a new beginning coming for you. So yay. All right. So, yes, Amber A. Anyone else just joining us that wants a card, just go ahead and put an 85 down in the chat. And I'm just now realizing that's the year my brother was born. So it's an important year, I guess, near and dear. That number is near and dear to me because I love my brother. My little brother. Yes. And I am doing well, Amber A. Thank you so much for asking. Hello, 166 Jackie. Yeah, anyone else that wants that free card, go ahead and put an 85. So 166 Jackie, let's get yours. Oh, and Jessica Lynn has donated as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to update the list when we're all done. And yeah, get that for you. So 166 Jackie, here is your card. And it's the number 19, Polite Declaration. And this is like a crab. It looks like a little crab guy with the little claws here. It could be a lobster. I'm not 100% sure. You can't really see the back of him. I want to say maybe crab though. Yeah. Very interesting, because when we call someone a crab, it's like you're crabby, you're feeling miserable. So if you've had crabby people around you, if you've been feeling a little crabby, this to me feels like this energy is about to lift or shift for you. So yeah, you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power, Jackie. Yeah. All right. So Amber A, let's get you a card as well. Tuning into Amber A's energy. And it says where you need to be. We got this one for someone else. So if you wanted to go back and watch what I said for them, it might also pertain to you as well. And the person that I got this for, this might also be relevant to you because sometimes I channel different messages for different people anyway. But yeah, the number 26, like I said earlier, that 8 is about taking action, forward momentum on a goal. I just got this really excited feeling for you, Amber A. So if there is a goal that you are excited to start accomplishing or just make that next big step on, if you've already been on that road for a minute, now's the time to really take flight with this goal. So yeah, acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith in have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So any issues, any worries or concerns you have in that area, this is letting you know that you're going to be able to take care of business basically without being the one like left holding the bag or feeling like you lost out on something. This is a very win-win situation is what I'm saying. Oh, you were born on January 26th. Wow, the numbers are just really in alignment tonight. I love it. All right, we are at the 20-minute mark, and I hope I got everybody. If anyone else is just now joining us or I have appeared to skip you, let me know. Let me know in the chat as I update my donation list here. We're going to start with Mardell. We have a general reading for Mardell, and then one from Jessica Lynn, one card read for Jessica Lynn. And then Cheyenne and Vicky, we will timestamp theirs because they are not here right now. But they paid first, but they are not here and told me to timestamp, so that's what we are going to do. Mardell Kiefer is first, and she wanted a general, so I already have her question in the bag here. So Jessica Lynn, a one card read. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that so you guys can see what we're working with here to start out. So we're going to tune in for Mardell. First and foremost, general reading. Anything Mardell needs to know. Amber will be right back. We got two Ambers. We got two Ambers in the chat tonight. Amber 9 in will be right back. All right, for Mardell, what does Mardell need to know? I just heard deep dive, and I think that was your card, wasn't it? Or something about diving deeper. I heard it again, just in my awareness. But there's a Knight of Swords, so there's some swift moving energy. Something new is coming toward you. Could be some news. Could even be just some words that are coming to you that you never thought you would have heard from maybe someone, or maybe even from your own inner guidance. There's something happening. This is excitement energy. It's that kind of feeling that you and I talk about, and we've talked about for years. Things have been going kind of crappy or whatever, and then all of a sudden we just feel this rush of excitement, like I feel like good things are about to start coming in. Like that's the vibe I'm getting with this. Amber A says she's been working on manifesting something for a while, so I think it will manifest soon. Thank you for the reading. You are so welcome. Yay! Good, best of wishes, best of luck for you on that manifestation. But yeah, look, Mardell, wish fulfillment. So there's a wish coming true for you, specifically after just trying to mentally process just life and everything going on, and all the nuances and the ins and the outs of how is this going to work if this doesn't work, or if this does this, how does this happen? Just trying to keep track of all the little nooks and crannies of life. And there is a wish fulfillment here, though. I want to see if we can get very specific about what this wish fulfillment is. Okay, wow. Okay, so I think this has to do with your living situation. It's very interesting. We have two Knights. So there's a fast-moving Knight to get the ball rolling in some area with that. But then there's a slower, steadier energy to, it's going to take some time, patience, and effort for the seed that's being planted with the news of this swift-moving energy for, the end result to take place. But I don't see this as years and years and years worth of time and more waiting and waiting and waiting. This to me feels like under 18 months. So there's something you're working on now that within 18 months, could be sooner if things, align that way. Yeah, it could even have to do with work, specifically surrounding a heartbreaking situation, or where you were really heartbroken by something that has happened or transpired. There's a new way forward in this, if it's a connection, if it's stuff going on at work. And because it's general, we're doing a general reading, it could be kind of, a lot of times one area of life can kind of flow into or affect other areas of life. But let's just see if we can get clarification on what area of life this is. Ooh, High Priestess. So this might even be regarding your gifts, or again, because you kind of work in a High Priestess field, this could be something with work that was once very heartbreaking. There's a new way forward, or a new opportunity to make money utilizing your spiritual gifts, quite possibly. But also being able to see through the illusion that you once thought of someone or something that's affecting you in the material world. So this could be your relationship with someone. This could be your job, which is your literally your income. This and again, I'm just hearing this is kind of all encompassing. So it's like if it affects one area of life, it's going to affect the other. And the Three of Swords just fell, and I picked it up, and it's now in reverse. So you got a raise today. Yeah. So there's that new way forward. This literally is the promotion card as well. News of more money coming in. I love it. That's amazing. Yay. I'm glad you got your raise. I just saw the Ace of Cups on the back of the deck. So there might be some self-love or just new love or connections with those that you love coming up very soon. Anything else Mardell needs to know? We have the Five of Swords with the Star. So the fact that the Star came out to clarify the Five of Swords, that fighting battle that you thought, well, there's no winner, there's a clear winner, and it's you. This is you finally getting, and again, we have the higher octave of wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment, lower octave, wish fulfillment, higher octave. So you're bringing the thunder with some wish fulfillment. Just feeling like life is more in alignment with what you're hoping to experience than just feeling tossed to the waves of everything being unfair and just difficult and hard and an uphill battle. You're overcoming this major. All right, anything else for Mardell? Ooh, what was that one? I'm hearing to take this one. So accept love. And I did see that Ace of Cups on the back of the deck. So there's someone or maybe a group or community of someones that want to shower you with love. So accept that love. Could have even been something that happened around Valentine's Day. I'm seeing that like box of chocolates that Cat's getting into there on the bottom of the card. So something that happened around, or maybe there was even love coming in around, February 4th, I almost said 12th. So maybe it started February 12th and then into February 14th. And then we have seasonal harvest. So something that you thought maybe wasn't going to work out or was very difficult for you around that time, you're going to be, very Nine of Cups, or sorry, not Nine of Cups. We do have Nine of Cups as well. Nine of Pentacles, hard work paying off, reaping what you've sown, reaping the harvest, good karma coming back around, the boomerang effect. So yeah, and this might even be you kind of focusing on getting ready or gearing up. I know, we still have snow on the ground here in Missoula, and where you're at, you probably still have a little bit too. And it's not quite time for most things to be planted, but I think at the very least you're getting excited. You're kind of feeling that spring kind of fever, ready to get out there, get things planted, get things kind of plotted and planned out, and just excited for this new beginning, just for the year of 2023 to take shape for you, which is exciting. And then look, on the back of the deck, we have more wish fulfillment, prayers and wishes. And to me, this is like the fulfillment or the happening or the manifestation of the wish fulfillment that you made this wish maybe a while ago, and now things have come full circle. So pretty exciting. Mardell donated quite a bit, so I'm going to give her a little extra love tonight. So that's why I'm going on and on for her. Anything else for Mardell? Yeah, Sekhmet, courage, truth, and shadow work. So I think you've done a lot of, just facing the shadow, being in that kind of dark night of the soul and just feeling blah about life and just, what's the point? This is all getting very burdensome and heavy and, just depressing. And things are finally starting to see the light is really what I see with that. All right, one more, two more, three more. Ooh, a lot going on. Trust. The universe has a plan for you. You are on the right path with Moonbeam. So you're paving your own path, trusting your own path, trusting your own inner self to guide you on that path. And then spells and rituals, bring magic and self-care together. And pairing that up with that Ace of Cups we saw on the back of that deck, finding ways to do self-care and maybe even doing magic or spells or setting intentions in ways that really resonate with you to be able to manifest the life that you're wanting. So yeah, a lot of that going on. All right. So I think I want one more from Mardell. Anything else she needs to know? Ooh, two more. See, I'm like one more. And it's like, ooh, no, two more. We got 45 seconds. They're going to give us an ad. So this is some fun little game we've been started playing since they've started instituting the ads, is whatever the ad is about, there might be a specific message, and everybody gets a different ad. Well, I'm sure some are repeated, but some people get different ads than others. 27 seconds. So we have In the Light of the Moon, which is funny because we were talking about the moon on that Patreon live stream. But it says a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. We also have Let Your Personality Shine. So you have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. Yes. All right. So let's go to that ad in 3, 2, 1. That was wrong. All right. And those of you that have, ad blockers, aka, YouTube, what's it called? Premium, I think. You still hear me. And the replay people, you probably still hear me. But everyone else might be getting an ad right now. So I think I will take this as the opportunity to put all my cards back. And then we will very shortly anyway move on to Jessica Lynn's one card read. You're so welcome, Mom. Absolutely. She says, finally, right? Oh, and she does need to get out there in the garden. Yes. There's still snow covering a great portion of my raised beds outside, so I can't really quite start yet. And they actually say, those of you that are gardeners out there or plan to plant anything, make sure you wait to clear the old debris and stuff that is cluttering up, leaves that have blown into your areas that you're planting and stuff. Make sure you wait till the temperature is consistently above 50 degrees during the day before you clear that, because there's still a lot of bugs hibernating, a lot of really beneficial bugs and bees and stuff that kind of hibernate in the leaf litter and stuff like that. That may be accidentally bagged up and thrown away that could definitely benefit your life and your yard and your garden. So I guess I always try to be mindful of that. And also another hot tip is to not, when you first start to see dandelions, they're usually some of the first, flowers. I call them flowers. They are very medicinal and purposeful. I don't like to call them weeds. So I like to leave in my yard. I leave those dandelions and we don't mow right away because we want to keep those dandelions going for the early pollinators, the bees, to have a nice jump start, especially up where I'm at. Not a lot is in full bloom until May. So yeah, when those dandelions come out, it's kind of like the lifeblood of getting our beehive in our backyard started. So yeah. All right. So Jessica Lynn, and then we have Jackie. 166 Jackie has also donated, so I'm going to add her to our list. So 166 Jackie for a full read. Okay. So Jessica Lynn has a one card read coming right up. And if you didn't get your question out, Jessica Lynn, go ahead and post it. But it looks like you do have one. Spirit message for April. I love it. And anyone interested in knowing what's in store for April, you can check out on Harmony Portal Tarot, just without live behind it, my other channel. It's linked in the description below. I already do have the April Pick a Card reading out over there. And then today I had another reading go live. It was What You Need to Know Right Now. And that one is, nobody has seen it. It's got maybe 140 views, I think. And it's of my last 10 videos that I've uploaded, it's gotten the least amount of views. No one has seen it. I don't know if there were certain trigger words I said in that reading that maybe tricked the algorithm into shadow banning it or what. Who knows? But if you want to know what's next or what you need to know right now, you can check that out. All right, but for Jessica Lynn's one card read, she wants a spirit message for April. Message from her spirit, connected directly to the original source creator, Jessica Lynn. Ooh, there's a new opportunity coming in. And quite literally, this is something I wanted to kind of run by you guys. And we do have 8 of you here, so maybe you guys can tell me if this be something you guys want to participate in. I thought about doing a little live stream here that wouldn't be us doing readings and stuff, but an intention setting kind of, I don't know, circle or hangout or whatever. But I thought it would be fun because I want to plant some seeds, literally plant some seeds for my garden to get it started. And I was wondering if you guys wanted me to do that on video and we just kind of hang out and you guys can, if you have some seed packs and some little starter things and want to plant your own seeds, we could just kind of make a kind of a manifestation slash intention setting slash spell casting, whatever we want to call it, labels or labels. I don't know. I thought that might be fun. Let me know if that's something you want to do. If not, I'll just plant them and do my own thing. But yeah, look at this, Jessica Lynn. New opportunity is coming in, but also you planting a seed of a flower or an herb or a fruit or a vegetable or whatever it is that you want to plant. And kind of allowing that to be like kind of the physical representation of the energy building for you to manifest what it is you're trying to manifest. This could be a raise, a promotion, a new opportunity. It doesn't always have to be an opportunity to make money. This could be just new resources, new abundance, new, very material world things, though. I mean, of course, they can still have a spiritual root or an emotional or mental root, but you're going to be seeing whatever this opportunity is, Jessica Lynn, in the material world. So it's going to manifest for you. Of course, only if you take that seed and plant it. If we just take the seed and leave it in our hand and just kind of look at it and kind of put all that, power into it, like, oh, I want it to become this and do that and do this and do that. If we never plant that seed and then water the seed and nurture the seed, nothing's really going to happen. So same with all opportunities that come our way. If we don't really take action on those opportunities, nothing really comes of it. So this is about taking very clear action steps on whatever it is you're trying to manifest, Jessica Lynn. And with the 9 of Wands, this is exciting because this is letting you know you are almost to the finish line of something you've been working toward. And also, this is saying don't give up if you are really experiencing that, just like, I don't know. I always call this the Olympic athlete card. And what I always see in my mind's eye with the struggle, it's almost like you're at the Olympics and you're up, like whatever your event is, you're up and things don't seem to be going so well, but you just push down, or not push down, but you like reach really deep down and then push that out and are ready to just like wow everybody, and including yourself. So you're almost there. Just give it that little bit of extra elbow grease and you're going to be able to take this opportunity and really shine with whatever it is you're doing in April specifically, because that's what you were asking about. So there's a new opportunity coming to you at some point in April that you're going to take some major action on, and it's going to pay off in a big way. Again, if you're taking the action and doing what you're intuitively guided to do. Let's get one more for Jessica Lynn. Anything else she needs to know about this opportunity coming for her in April? So exciting. Yes, 9 of Wands energy. Yes, yes. And it can be very road weary and just, one more thing is going to put me over the edge. But just hang in there. You're so close to a breakthrough. I just wish I could show you what I'm seeing. This is so exciting. And then affirmation for healing the heart. So if there's any kind of grief, and grief doesn't just have to be over the loss of someone passing away. This can be the loss of, a version of ourselves that we are realizing is probably never going to be, or missing an old version of ourselves, or just wishing our lives could be different in some way and knowing that maybe certain things we've wanted just aren't going to pan out. But when we can allow ourselves to grieve whatever it is that's coming up for you specifically, Jessica Lynn, to grieve at this time, or that you've been grieving in the past, there's now healing for the heart specifically coming in to really help you on your next steps. And what's looking at me on the back of the deck? The 9 of Pentacles. All of that hard work paying off to manifest you something well deserved. And then the 8 of Pentacles as well to back that up. Just putting in that effort day after day, showing up for yourself, showing up for your goal, whatever it is going to pay off in such a big way for you. So yay! So excited. That is so exciting. All right. So we had another donation just come in. But up next we have 166 Jackie. So you can go ahead and post your question unless you already have. If you have, I have it. So Jackie, she's got it. There she is. She's got it. And I'm going to see who this other donation was. Jen something. It cut off the name. So I will have to go over here and take a drink of water. Okay, so let's see who has donated over here. So Jennifer, so let us know who you are here in the chat. I don't want to say your last name just in case you want to keep that private. So you have donated for a full reading, Jennifer. So let us know who you are, my dear, and I will get you right on that list. If you are JB, that's intuitively what's coming up. But if you're not JB, of course, we're still tuning into your energy when the time is coming up. So let's see. Boop, boop. Okay. So 166 Jackie and then Jennifer. I just almost want to put JB in my I think that's who you are, but again, if that's not who you are, just let me know who you are. For now, we know who that is. Okay. So Jackie, I felt like I used to be close to my manager at work, and I just want to know if he is going to be in my life forever or if I should forget about him. Okay, let's find out. I felt like I used to be close to my manager at work, and I just want to know if he is going to be in my life forever. Okay. Wow, I can see why you're kind of feeling left out in the cold. So if you're still working with this manager, um, I don't know, there might have just been something that happened, or but this is definitely tuning into your energy first and foremost, just feeling left out or not feeling as close or in the loop as you once were. If this manager has left the job or you've left the job, of course, that'd be kind of a natural reasoning why there'd be kind of this change or this difference. But if you're both still at the job, I'm going to tune in. Just let me know either way what's going on with that, because I could interpret what I'm seeing two totally different ways if that's the case. But as far as this energy between Jackie and her manager, what's going on here? Yeah, the tower. I don't know if there was a falling out with certain people around the job, or again, though, if you or the manager has left this job, that could be the indication of why this tower is showing up. But if you are still at the job together, and just don't feel that closeness, there's a tower moment coming that can bring things back online, or there's a closing out of a cycle for which to be able to get close again. Let's just see if about getting close again between Jackie and the manager. Okay, the Hermit. So right now, this person might have a lot of personal stuff going on, and you yourself might have things going on as well. But I do see, because when the Hermit comes up, that indicates there is a spiritual connection here. So yeah, okay. So we also have the Page of Cups. So the fact that this is a spiritual connection, this probably isn't your first lifetime together, probably not your last lifetime together if you're coming back to this planet after this. But right now, there just might be some sort of, just stepping back of energy, either energetically or even physically, if you guys have gone separate jobs or separate avenues. But again, if you're at the same job, the reading's different. It just might be that you're not getting as many shifts with the same manager, or the manager is busy when you're there and there's not enough time to catch up and reconnect on that deeper level. To me, it just feels like more like circumstances. Oh, Jennifer, I knew it. Yay, JB. Okay, cool. I was right. Yes. So with this Page of Cups, this is letting me know there's news coming in, or a reaching out toward you from this manager, or vice versa. If you want to be the one to reach out and just be like, hey, maybe we can get a drink or hang out, or, whatever it is that you would vibe with, even if it's just back and forth fun banter at work. Either you offering this, tossing the banter and then waiting for it to be received and then returned, or the manager be doing this. But this is a pleasant surprise. This is usually a really good indication that something you want to be surprised by, not just this random left field surprise that really just hurts your heart. You know what I mean? So this could also be news, very exciting news for one or the other of you. Let's see specifically about your connection with your manager, about being lifelong friends, or in your life, him being in your life forever. So we have here, learn from life. So yeah, this really is very Hermit energy in and of itself, of learning from the ups and the downs of life. So I'll put those back so we have those. Just taking this as a learning lesson of sorts. So just kind of tuning in, using your intuition to see if anything, happened that you can point to that has maybe been the cause of a separation at all. But let's see. I really do see that there is potential here to, be back on a good track with that tower coming in to clear that Five of Pentacles energy. But we do have the Two of Swords here. So one or the other of you, either you, Jackie, or your manager, there's still some unknown information involved here. So it might make things confusing or make you wonder, should I reach out? Should this person be on my life? Should I forget about him? And that's where the confusion comes in. I can really see that it's still there. But let's try to clarify this confusion for you as much as we can. Five of Wands. So, traditionally this is like a card of conflict and confrontation, but I don't see we have to take it that far. You could even just, speak your heart or speak your truth and just say, I feel like we're not as close as we once were. Is there a reason for that? And maybe just literally asking and trying to get some good communication and clarity on it. Because the Five of Wands can be a very productive card when you're coming together with other energies. If you are coming at it from a place of what is the best for this, the job that you work at, what's the best for the relationship for both of us, the give and the take. And it can be a very productive card in moving forward past any blockages or, just kind of yucky energy. This is actually a really good card to get in this position. Let's see. I'm going to get one more from this deck. Any other words of advice or inspiration for Jackie with the connection with this manager, either being in her life forever or forgetting about him? And we have Celine, bring light into someone's dark sky. So I really do see that kind of darker, kind of more solitude energy of the hermit being more the manager's energy of just might be having to deal with some personal issues or struggles at this time. And that's why maybe he's not hanging out as much or, being as lighthearted and as fun. And maybe he's just kind of pulled back a little bit. Just things going on in the personal life. But you are a very important part of maybe bringing some of that beautiful light back to his life and, being a nice soft place to land. Not that you have to hear all his issues or whatever, but, just him knowing that you support him and have his back could really help open up that connection once again. So I would say don't give up on this connection right now. He's just maybe going through his own struggles and just kind of forgets maybe what a great ally he has in you as a friend, as a coworker, as whatever label you want to put on it. So I would say that this is definitely not beyond repair. If you do want to still have him in your life, you can reach out and try to get that ball rolling again and just try to open that communication. Oh, funny, my ad was the one with the lady in bed saying that everyone has a dream. LOL. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Too funny. Yeah, we're looking at ads a whole new way. We're not just gonna be advertised to. We're gonna get a message from it. But Jackie, I wish you the best of luck in this connection, and just following your intuition, following your heart can really help you figure out, if it's worth putting more effort into this connection or if you should just go your own way. I really do see it's worth trying at least one more chance or, having that conversation if you haven't had any kind of dialogue with him about just kind of the distance between you. Having that conversation can really help open things back up for you. So big hugs, Jackie. I hope it all works out in the best favor for you. All right, JB. JB is next, Jennifer. And so she has a question over on PayPal. So we're going to go check the email. Not sure exactly how to word it, but basically, what career is meant for me? I'm really struggling with so many ideas. Totally same. I can totally relate. I'm actually going to go grab my life purpose oracle, and we'll, of course, use the tarot in tandem to really get some nuance to what's in your best interest. It's in here somewhere. All right, found it. Okay, so we're going to start here and get further clarification with our tarot. So for Jennifer, aka JB, what does she need to know for career? Where to focus? What career is meant for her? Yeah, and I think that's because you have so many options in career that it is confusing and you're wondering, well, where should I focus? Because you have options. You've got a lot that you can do. There's possible or potential to travel or to have a job that frees you up to be able to travel and work from wherever you want. So that could be like an entrepreneur of some kind or, travel vlogger or, maybe you are having conferences or meetups with different groups of people in whatever field that you're, trying to figure out, but your life purpose definitely is going to involve some sort of travel. We also have study. Reading, research, and education can help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So if you have an idea, let's just pretend for sake of paring this down. Say you have three really great ideas to take your career, doing this whole other career, and then doing this other career. So reading, researching, studying, just really educating yourself on everything about this career, everything about this career, everything about this career can really help you get the clarity of, weighing different pros and cons, or just allowing your heart to really blossom in one direction versus another. And I'm also hearing though too, JB, that you don't have to just only take one and then cut the rest out, because even if you do one that's kind of your full-time gig, you can do another one on the side to kind of support. Or maybe, just maybe, you're kind of like me and you love writing, this is just my example, you love writing, you love doing tarot, you love doing readings, and you also mentor, have mentorships with people. So I kind of have a 3 to 4 prong business, even though the writing hasn't made me a dime, because I don't spend enough time doing it to get there yet. But what I see with this for you is, sometimes it just takes to really focus on that first thing to really get, some income coming in, some excitement under your belt about what you're doing, before then integrating or bringing on another avenue or another idea. But we also have the protected card here. So I think you kind of just know that whatever it is that you are going to do, there's a sense of purpose and like passion behind it. And of course, I feel, my stance, I guess, on like a guardian or like archangels helping, or spirit guides helping us, has really shifted a lot since December. But I still do feel this protective energy of like spirit guardians. I don't know the best word to put for that. And I feel that whatever idea you take and run with is going to be protected from sabotage or from, any kind of interference. And once again, books. So maybe you are writing, because we have here reading, researching, we got books. Maybe you are deciding to go back to school for whatever this thing is. And it's very funny how the cards aren't bringing forth just one specific thing to do. Because I think intuitively you already are leaning into maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 different directions. So you already kind of have an idea of what you are interested in and what you want to do. It's just a matter of, kind of weighing the pros and cons and just really trusting your intuition. But you might also be working with children. And specifically with this combination, maybe you're even writing children's books, or you've had a dream to write children's books. That could be something that would really benefit the world. Even if you're not making a whole lot of money on it, these books could possibly change someone's life in a really good way. If you've never thought about writing a book, maybe this is just that little seed that's being planted to maybe possibly write a book. And also working with children, teaching children, helping children. And if you are a parent or plan ever to become a parent, that's a very central part of your life purpose, is having a job that you can have while also having your children around. So, like a really big part of your job would be raising a family, if that's something you choose to do, or if you're already doing that. But if this is you just maybe wanting to work in an industry that children benefit from, that could be something as well. But let's get some tarot just to see if we get any idea, any other words of wisdom to help Jennifer narrow it down. They're not going to help us much, because it's for you to decide, my dear. There's so many timelines, so many options available, that a lot of times this can indicate confusion, which is exactly what you've asked me tonight is, how can I clarify what I'm supposed to do? Really, I think it's going to take a bit of soul searching and just kind of reviewing where you've been and what you've, been through and what you want to do. And there might have even been some jobs you've had, Jennifer, that you're just like, yeah, I definitely know I'm never doing that again. So what you more, a lot of times, what you don't want than what you do want at certain things. But Page of Pentacles, I have an idea here, or a big feeling, that between now and the next 7 months, one of these options that have been around for a while, you're going to have such clarity on it, and like this opportunity to move forward in this specific career path or arena or area of study. And you're just going to go off with that. Again, doesn't mean you have to abandon all your other ideas or projects or, potentials. You don't. You don't have to abandon them. But what I see with this is something's really going to light bulb moment for you. As I turned up my light, things just happen as they happen. And I didn't plan that. I just was like, oh, it's getting a little grainy in the background here on the pixelation. So I turned the light up as I'm like, some path is going to be lit for you. And you're going to take that idea and run with it. And it's going to be just great. It's to me, it feels like it's really unlocking this sense of purpose for you, that, clearing that confusion. And I saw the high priestess as I put that first card back. So where things have been confused and there's this veil of illusion, you're getting some clarity. Yeah, there's some clarity as well. Ace of Wands, that idea, you're going to take it and run with it. It's like passing the torch to yourself, from your spirit to your human self, passing the torch of an idea. And it's very exciting. So yay! I wished I could have been more help in just telling you, except maybe the writing and the children's stuff and just kind of maybe possibly going back to school and traveling. I wished I could have gotten more specific, but I think you already have at least a couple very specific ideas in mind that hopefully this reading has helped spark some intuitive hits one way or another on certain things, or just doing some soul searching on it. You're going to come to realize that certain things are really going to benefit you and others just might be more of a hobby, and just kind of weighing the different pros and cons and stuff. So, but yeah, that idea, that epiphany is coming to you between now and the next 7 months. You're getting an idea of what you want to do, and you're going to be able to really make some headway on it. Okay. So I hope that resonated. Big hugs, and I'm so glad you could make the live stream, and it was such a pleasure to read for you for the first time, Jennifer. Thanks again for your lovely donation. All right, so we had a couple other donations come in, it looks like, so I'm going to update our list. So, I do see one donation. So is the paid list open to pay? Yeah, we are still here, absolutely. So Shamakia is back. She's going to pay for a reading, and we're going to do that for her. Amber, you are next. If you want to do your, you paid for 2 questions, so a 1-card read and then a full read. We can dive into yours now, or I can start on the timestamp readings. I have Cheyenne and Vicky. Currently studying for something, just finished a class regarding a different career. I am writing stories in hopes of publishing. I take care of my grandson while my daughter, okay, see, boom. I knew that you would know how to interpret what came out, because it sounded very all over the place to me, but energetically at the same time, I'm like, no, she's going to know what this means. So I'm so glad, Jennifer, that resonated. Now I've got chills. So you're figuring things out, my dear, and that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. That is so cool. All right, so Shamakia has donated. So instead of moving into the timestamp readings, we'll do Shamakia's reading, and then Amber will move into the timestamps readings, and then of course if any other donations roll in, just play it by ear. Let me know, Amber, if you have to go and want to do your, reading at any point, because you're top of the list, and we'll just keep referring. Make sure you want to go or not go or wait or. I know you love to hang around. I love it. All right. So Shamakia, we've got you paying over here. Awesome. So go ahead and post your question, and we'll get right into it. I'm going to take a quick drink. And for those timestamp readings, I need to make sure I have something I can write them on. I might even write their names out while we wait for Shamakia's reading. Question, Cheyenne and Vicky. So when the time comes, a timestamp, we will be ready. Okay. Oh, timestamp you if you're not around. Sounds good. Okay. So Shamakia, and I hope I'm saying your name right, my dear. I do remember you from last Friday's live stream. So is Will wanting to reconcile with me, or has he moved on? Okay. So let's see. Is Will wanting to reconcile with Shamakia, or is he moving on? 4 of Pentacles. So he's keeping some information or feelings or emotions or something. He's keeping very close to his chest. So either this could be that you're in no contact right now, or you just don't know enough about his life. because he's keeping things under wraps right now. But let's just see. Could even be focused on career. Tower, very interesting. You blocked him. Okay, so we have an ad coming up in 54 seconds, it says, but we're gonna, if we have to take our time, to kind of split the reading into, we can do that. But with the Tower here, this is letting me know that something has ended. There's something that has ended. It doesn't mean that you can't reconcile if you do want to, but I'm really seeing you, even though he's kind of keeping something close to the chest, could be his true intentions even. Especially if he's kind of, pushing or pulling you around, or, just making things difficult, playing games, very childish energy. But it's like it's like he left the good thing in behind him, or he didn't hold on to that good thing he had, and now it has crumbled because of his actions, because of him keeping them too close to the chest. Okay, now we're running an ad in 3, 2, 1, and I'll be right back. And so hopefully, because I never know who has YouTube Premium and who doesn't. So some of these, hopefully, oh man, that looks so grainy. Apologies, but at least we don't have the right speed error. That was not a fun thing dealing with that on Friday. But Shamakia, if you're hearing me, let me know that you're back. Let me know when you're back, and I can continue the reading. Page of Swords. Yep, there's that. She's back. Oh, good. Yeah, there's that childish energy, and even him withholding communication at times. It's like he'd play these games where he'd withhold communication. This might even be saying that he's possibly going to try to reach out, but if you've blocked him, maybe that's why he has to hold things in. That's why he can't reach out, because you blocked him in certain ways. But let's just see what his intentions are in let's just say the next week, 2 weeks. Let's do 2 weeks. Seems like a good chunk of time. Will's intentions towards Shamakia. The Fool. He might think he can have a new start with you, but really he's making a fool of himself. Yeah, I don't think you want this energy back in your life, because it's just going to lead, each new beginning with him is going to add or lead to yet another tower, and then another tower. Things might be good for a while, but then childish energy comes back in, another tower. You've pretty much seen the best of him that you'll ever see. He's never gonna level up. And not to say he's never gonna level up. I just mean in the connection with you. And really it does to me feel like, I just heard old habits die hard. It's almost like he could possibly find himself and level up in a new relationship, in a new connection. But what it feels like to me between the two of you, energetically speaking, it could be in this life, but also even as far back as other lives or other lifetimes or past lives, where it just feels like there's so much baggage accumulated that he just defaults to those games and the childish behavior, the gaslighting, the manipulation, that he's never going to change with you. He might change with someone else, but I don't see him ever leveling up truly with you. He might say he has, and some of his actions might at first seem genuine, like he has changed, but then those old habits are going to creep back in, and he's going to default to those same ways of being. I saw a girl pull up at his house. Someone he met when I drove up, she pulled off. She looked at him like, I thought you were single. Wow. We can read into that. Let's just see what was going on with this girl. Okay, well, we have 3 of Cups. Very interesting, like third wheel energy. So maybe he was telling her, yeah, I'm single. He might be single now, it sounds like. So if that resonates, that he's single now because you've blocked him and you're kind of in not really communication, maybe he has let her know that. And I don't really see, though, yet that anything has, happened between them, but we can see. Yeah, he's definitely wanting a new connection or something new to pop off. It just hasn't yet. There's quite a potential for something to happen or to manifest. And, a lot of times this is like the pregnancy card. So if certain people aren't careful, a pregnancy could result. I don't see, though, that he's had any kind of romantic commitment to this other gal yet. Stress yet, because things can change, but at least at the time of this reading, I don't see that they've gone down that road yet. but yeah, he's looking to bring a feminine into his life, whether that's you or someone else. I guess would remain to be seen. Um, but really, it is just gonna be childish behavior, games. It might seem like a golden opportunity to get back in this, but it's never gonna be the balance that you deserve. Um, you got to run to study, but much love and many, many thanks. Yes, much love to you. Thank you so much with the donations. Good luck with the donations. Yeah, we've been saving since November 14th of 2020. That's when I had my first live stream, and I've been saving and saving and saving and accumulating to help her hopefully get out of that trailer sooner than later. Thank you so much for that. He was mad at you like it was your fault. Like, nah, that's all your fault. Absolutely, it's all his fault. Yeah, you don't have to claim any of that burden of anything. No. Let's get one more before we close out. Just any words of wisdom or advice or guidance for Shamakia in dealing with Will in the future, or not dealing with him. I guess just whatever needs to come out. And we have here, give in to passion. And to me, this is very interesting because you'd think a passion card would involve two lovers, and this is a very solitary energy here. This is your passion, not for him or the relationship, but what lights you up. What, and there's clarification, when things pop off like this is just validation. This is you centering your attention and love and passion on yourself. What are you passionate about? Is there a musical talent that you have that went by the wayside because you've been dealing with this relationship? Or is it some other creative endeavor or, thing or person or situation that you could really now invest yourself in because you're kind of letting this will situation go by the wayside? Of course, that's something you can do some soul searching on. Cooking and baking. Yeah, absolutely. But now's the time to give into your own likes and your own passions and your own, just fun things. Oh, you want to open a restaurant? Well, this could be, since we're here, let's just get some clarification on that, shifting gears, because I don't think Will deserves any more of your time, your love, your effort. I mean, you can send him away with love. I mean, you don't have to hate him or anything, but I don't think he deserves your beautiful essence and your passion anymore. And I think you deserve that for yourself, and to channel that beautiful passion that you were directing at him into something that you can really see pay off for you. Let's just see for this restaurant, opening a restaurant. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, the death of your relationship and marriage. I think if I remember right, you were married to him for like 6 or 7 years. I think you said last Friday. The death of the marriage has led you to a love of being able to go into this new direction with a restaurant, or even specifically another divine masculine energy to enter your life. Yeah, 7 years on and off between us after I divorced him. Yeah. And look at this. You clearing him out will be, the death of that relationship once and for all. Again, if you want to keep him in your life as a friend or a whatever, that's totally your prerogative. You can do whatever you want. But the death to the romantic aspect is what we're really honing in on here. Whether he remains in your life or not, that's totally up to you. But the death of this relationship once and for all, romantically speaking, will allow energetically for you to be able to prosper in your own business or in your own career and just in your own connection to yourself, and also eventually bring in another masculine connection that is going to be much more emotionally connected and fulfilling for you. So yeah, I would say don't give up on yourself, but you can absolutely just let go of, connections with him. And a thing I always advise people, especially that are kind of in this back and forth, give and take, push and pull energy with, a connection that they just can't seem to let go of, or it keeps coming back over and over. Doing some cord removal meditations, or just setting intentions to any sexual, energetic, mental, spiritual, emotional cords. And I even say through all time, space, and reality, because there could even be past life energy between the two of you that have gotten toxically caught up in this incarnation. So just, putting on some music or some nature sounds, or, going somewhere, that you can feel safe and vulnerable. I like to do these types of things in the bath because to me, like that water energy of the bath is very cleansing, and then when you're done with the bath, you can just pull the drain and let all that energy go back to nature. You don't have to carry it anymore. But all you need to do, not that you need to do anything, but just all I would, suggest, you can take these as you want, is just to, especially sexual cords can be very, very connected, very interwoven, almost like this, wadded up ball of yarn that's very knotted and twisted, and it just feels like a lot. It feels like a mess. And yeah, especially if just thinking of him drains your energy, there's a surefire bet that he's got a lot of cords into you. Not that he's purposely courting to you or anything. It's just what happens. And then of course a lot of dark energies and entities can feed on this sexual discord or this mental and relationship discord that we have with people. They get their rise off of it, they get their fuel from it, and then that drains you even further. So when we can remove these cords, and all I would suggest to do would just be, lie in your bath or on your bed and, just get comfortable. A lot of times that lotus position to try to meditate, and I've never been successful at that. And I think there's a reason behind that. I think we do need to feel comfortable in being able to, meditate or set very proper intentions. Just close your eyes, light a candle if you want us to start out, and just close your eyes and set the intentions that you're connecting to your inner self. And that's that part of you that's directly connected outside the matrix system. We don't need to, connect to any spirit guides or anything, because a lot of false light entities pretend to be our spirit guides, and then they drain us even further. So just connect directly to your own inner self, which is your spirit outside this matrix, connected to the original source creator that created all of creation. That's where I get my healing from. And it's the best place to go because there's no strings attached. There's no vampiring going on, energy vampiring going on. And you close your eyes and you set those intentions to start pulling these cords out by the roots. And there might be a couple of them, but to me, it feels like there's probably a lot of them. So this might be something you repeat a couple times, but each time you do this and you set these intentions, and you can just envision, if you're someone who can envision, not everybody can see like inside their mind. Envision these cords being pulled out and removed and dissolved. And of course, the water can help you cleanse that away, and any just peripheral energy of him that's in your field, just let it go into the water, and then you can drain that out and you'll feel much cleansed from that. And when you start feeling him creeping in again, or especially if you just have random thoughts of him that pop in, that can be entity interference trying to get that rise out of you, making you think of him, so you react in some way, and then they feed on that energy. It's so draining. But when you can pull as many of those cords as you can, do that every time you shower. That's perfect. And keep doing that until you really feel this burden lifting off your life. And also that in tandem with just not allowing him into your energy field, not entertaining any kind of conversation, not going to his house, not giving him a ride anywhere, just done. And even though if you do want to maintain a relationship like that's not romantic with him in the future, sometimes just getting that solid break to allow that energy to dissolve or be removed is what it will take. Because if you're talking to him all the time, or you're seeing him, or even just sending energy, like if you're not talking to him but you're driving by his place to see who's there, that's you now creating energetic cord to him. So just being very mindful of what you're doing. And if you're thinking of him and you're not purposely trying to think of him, that's entity interference. Could even be him energetically thinking of you to get that push-pull energy going. So just be very mindful of when he comes into your awareness, what you're doing, what you're thinking, what's going on around you, and just being very mindful of kind of redirecting or rerouting or just correcting the energy when he comes in. And just, even if it's in the moment and you can't like get into a shower or a bath or whatever, just to pull that cord, just close your eyes for 30 seconds, pull that cord, watch it dissolve, send it back, to Mother Nature, and be done. That should help. Just doing this over and over each time it happens will help. And it's better than, going on a 3-hour rabbit hole thinking about him or going on his social media. Don't do that anymore, because that'll help you break that cord, or, break that connection, and not allow him to vampire off you so much anymore. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I get mad for no reason. I feel like he's projecting his energy on me. Yeah, and that's probably what's going on. But when you remove that cord, not to say there aren't other chords that maybe are still there, but I always set the intention to get to the root cause of the worst chord. What's the biggest chord I can remove right now, or the one that's most affecting me negatively right now that I can remove? And I always set that intention to remove the most negative, the most damaging chord first, because we can sit here and dust all the fluff, but if we've got a big pile of dirt in the middle, let's tackle that dirt first, and then we'll worry about the dusting later. So I always set my intentions that way, to get to the most negative, the biggest, the most energetic exchanging chord, and pull that bad boy out first. But big hugs to you, Shamakia. This does not sound like a fun connection. I think it's kind of outlived its expiration date, and you're ready, lady. You're ready to move on and focus on yourself, and focus on possibly starting that business and just doing something more fun. Spending time doing the things you're passionate about, and not giving so much of your energy and attention to him, because we spend our time doing certain things, going on his social media, or driving by his house, or talking to him on the phone, whatever it is you do with him. And then you pay attention. So if you're, his awareness is coming to you at all, you're paying your life force energy to be entertaining that thought or that attention. So where we're spending our time and paying our attention, that's where our energy's going. So yeah, try that, see what happens. And you'll have to give us an update if things get better for you or worse, or whatever's going on. You'll have to update us. Yeah, we have such a supportive little community here, that we don't just give out readings and then on your merry way. Like we want to love and support you every step of the way. So come let us know what's going on later. Big hugs to you. Okay, so up next, it looks to me like we will start on the timestamp readings, if that's what you want to do, Amber. So Cheyenne would be first. So 1:15:48 Cheyenne, 15:48. Okay, let's tune in. Let's go over to my email. So, sometimes you feel him pulling on your energy and you think of a brick wall to block him out. That's amazing. Yeah, that's you protecting your energy. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. Just kick that up a notch, and I think you're going to see a lot of really great results coming your way. That'll really help when we set these very true intentions for ourselves. Almost nothing can, we can still have these interferences, and if we let our guard down, things can come in. But when we set that very clear boundary, it's hard to come back from that. These entities, they'll try though. Dark forces and dark entities. Okay. So Cheyenne says, "Hi Amanda, could I have a card on managing my nerves ahead of my driving test? I keep doing affirmations and manifestation visuals for a fair tester to envision all going well for me. Thank you." And that is a fair way of managing your own nerves, is to do that. And even to just, envision yourself, turning that steering wheel, using that blinker, stopping at that stoplight. And that's very interesting. This is a study, or an experiment, I don't know what you call it, that they did on like Olympic swimmers. They put all these like electrodes up on their brain and, whatever, and had them run through their, if they're doing, I don't know, the laps or whatever, different meter distances. I don't know. I'm not like into swimming, so I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing here. But they had them just run through their swimming routine, their laps, just envisioning themselves doing it. And then they did the same exercise, but them actually doing it, and the same areas of the brain lit up. So you doing this and seeing yourself succeeding is only going to help you, Cheyenne. So you're already doing the right thing. But let's get you some, good positive vibes, positive energy, just to help you see that all's going well here. Managing your nerves ahead of time. I think you're already doing the best thing you can for yourself. So keep doing it. And you're so welcome, Shamakia. Absolutely. All right, so Cheyenne, let's get her a card for her nerves. What can she do to really calm these nerves and succeed at this driving test? All right, 3 of Cups. So even just having that support system of Vicky, maybe other friends that are supportive. I know that one friend you were kind of dealing with wasn't very supportive in the moment, but again, feels like that past life stuff was really affecting that. Any other family or friends, if there are though, this is another hot tip though. If there are certain people or energies or friends around you that you know are going to be snarky about it or make fun of you or just not be very supportive, they don't need to know you're having your test that day. They don't deserve to know because they're just going to be negative or be, passive aggressive or whatever. So only allow those that are in your inner circle that you know have your back. Only let those people know you have your test or, what day it is or what time. I'm sure you've already kind of vetted out who needs to know and who doesn't, but I really do see, true spirit support on this day. So connecting to your true spirit, your inner self. I mean, if you're a limitless being having a human experience, a driving test should be ain't no thing. But of course, our humans selves get all worked up and nervous, and especially if it's something we haven't succeeded at before, now we're going at it again. Um, you're trying again, and just remembering who you are on that more spirit level is really going to help you. It's really going to help you. Anything else for Cheyenne on her driving test? Just really calming these nerves. Yeah. You're getting your new beginning. There's forward momentum here. I always associate the nights also with travel, driving as well. So yeah. And this is an opportunity for you to get that not learner's permit, your driver's license. You probably already have that learner's permit or whatever it's called. So this is going to be the beginning of a whole new way for you, a whole new beginning, a slow and steady new beginning of you being able to travel and do your own thing and be more independent. All right, let's get one more. Anything else Cheyenne needs to know? But yeah, you're definitely moving in the right direction with that Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So we had the Three of, and this came out earlier and I must have just put it back in reverse. So to me, this is really feeling like that past heartbreak of not passing. It came out in reverse. So it's like you're overcoming it with this Ace of Cups, of conquering, finally getting that victory and calming those nerves and not allowing those past tries. Remind me too, Cheyenne, in the comment, if you want to, how many times you had taken that. We do have 3 here. So if this is the 3rd time, it'll be the charm. Or if there were 3 other attempts, this is now behind you because we have this to clarify. Look at that, which I love to see. Oh, I just want one more. Words of advice, wisdom, guidance, or clarity for Cheyenne on really calming her nerves for this. Yeah, affirmations for healing the heart. So this, again, is overcoming those past attempts that didn't go the way you wanted to, and overcoming and conquering and healing from those past, tries, and finally being able to say, I did it. So I am wishing you, Cheyenne, the most luck and good karma and positive vibes, and just not that you need it all, but here it is from your true spirit, from your, your mom, your other, loved ones that do see you shining and do want to see you succeeding. I know that you're going to have that support. You're going to feel that love on that day. And, though you may be nervous, you're going to do the best you can. And I'm seeing a much better outcome this time. So big hugs. You got this. Yeah, because I'm hearing it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what you're doing. So you're not giving up, and that is so good. Okay, so up next, we've got Vicky. We're at 1:22:11. What a cool timestamp. Okay, Vicky. And I know that was kind of more of a full reading than a one card, but I think Cheyenne just needed that extra little bit of love tonight, so that's what we're doing. We're sending her a little bit extra love to calm those nerves, and you will have to let us know how it goes. I'm sure you will. You always do. But for Vicky, I'm going to go to her question. That might help me know what I'm asking. All right, Vicky, she has donated earlier in the day. I got to scroll down. Okay. Hi, Amanda. I hope you're well. I am. Thank you so much. So, being back in my current department in work, things have been a little slow as I'm not on an actual project like I was a few months ago, but I am instead helping my boss with multiple tasks. Myself and my boss and some colleagues put in an application for a project, and if that gets funded, it would be great as I would remain in my department until the end of the year instead of finishing up in June. Oh, that would be amazing. We find out the result this week. Therefore, can I please ask Spirit, will I stay in my current department past June, or will things at least pick up in work, as I do feel a bit bored some days? Yeah, there's nothing worse than just kind of standing around wishing something was going on so you could do something. Yeah, I remember those days. It was funny because I worked at Pizza Hut, pizza joint here in the U.S., and they would always say, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Because like, oh, I'm bored. There's nothing going on. Like, well, if you've got time to lean, you got time to clean. So very interesting. But let's tune in. Let's tune in if you will be working in your current department after June. Let's see. And then we'll kind of tune in more as well about, things picking up and not being so boring. Okay. Yes, good luck to Cheyenne, says Amber. Wishing you the best. Okay. Vicky, things working out. Contracts past June. Yay! You're making a room. You're making a home for yourself here. You're gonna be here a while. So, and fast moving. This is always a yes. Anytime I get this in regards to a direction, it's a yes, absolutely. So if this specific project doesn't go through, there's gonna be something keeping you here through the end of the year, or at least past June, past your current contract. Yeah, and because we were kind of tuning in with that boredom, because kind of there's really no purpose here, you got the card purpose coming right in hot. So there is going to be a purpose behind you showing up, and there's no time for boredom because you're going to be busy. You're going to be purposeful on some sort of project or endeavor. Let's see if the current project you're asking about is the one going through that's going to keep you there past June. Yes, it is. It's gone through. We got the Ace of Cups. That's always a yes as well. So I think this is it. It feels very emotionally fulfilling, very purposeful. So you're going to feel very, very excited to go to work, and this sense of purpose, where right now it's kind of just boring. You're going to have a sense of purpose and direction now when you go to work, because this project is going through. At least that's what this is saying. So if it doesn't go through, I would be absolutely shocked. You will have to let us know. I think you said something about next week. You'll know by next week. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I can't see right here exactly where that said that, but I think, until the end of the year, no. Oh, the result this week. So to have it this week. Okay, good. So hopefully by Friday's live stream, we'll hear if that went through or not. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going through. Look at this. This is good. This is exciting. Let's just get one more. Encouragement, wisdom, guidance for Vicky on this project. Affirmation for growth. Yes. And again, there's purpose here. She's just now planting a garden. So this really is like the beginning of a new project. So that's just further confirmation that you are having this sense of purpose and affirmation for growth, and specifically growth in that contract. It's going to grow from just ending in June to now possibly extending maybe even past this end of this year. You know what I mean? So yeah, excited for you, Vicky. That's so cool. Yeah, I see good things coming in hot. So yeah, love it. You'll have to let us know how it goes. You always do. You always do. I'm just curious, and I love to keep the updates going with you guys, and I love our little supportive community here. And I think that's the second time I've said that, but I realized that we do have each other's backs over here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Annette, I already did all the free readings, but if you do want me to answer that question, you can send a donation. The donation information is at the top of the chat and also in the description box if you want a more in-depth description of what's going on with that. And all your donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. And we're hoping this is the year that we get her in there. So yeah, those of you that want the free readings, I already did a free one card pull at the beginning. But if you would like your question answered, you can always send a donation. Again, pinned at the top of the chat or down in the description box for those informations. So up next, as far as all the donations and timestamps and all of that goes, we have our wonderful Amber is next. So Amber, I'm going to go over to your questions. Amber. Okay. That's not Amber's question. There's Amber's questions. Okay, question 1 for the one card pull. Clarity on the one card pull for my true organic inner self and true organic creator. Clarity on, okay. So, clarity. So specifically, Amber, you want clarity. So what are you wanting clarity on? You're wanting clarity, obviously, from your inner self and true organic creator. Absolutely. So what was the question you wanted clarity on specifically? Was it the past life, which is your second question? let me know. Let me know, because I wanna get you the right deal. Oh, card 27. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And remind me, that was on, oh, the big changes. That's right, that's right. Changes, shifts, things aren't gonna, I'm trying to remember everything that came through. Things are maybe not gonna be always just go with the flow, smooth and easy, but there are big changes, and I feel very excited energy now. Yeah, lots of timelines are now opening up and available. So let's tune in to get clarity on that one card. That's the one card you're talking about, not the one card you paid. Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, the whales and dolphins coming to the surface. Okay, we have an ad coming in 55 seconds, but we'll at least get you started here. And maybe that ad is going to give further guidance as to what this is going to entail, or what you're overcoming here. What is Amber overcoming and leveling up with this? 3 of Pentacles, there's working together. So it's like the universal energies are working with you. Your family and your husband, you're all working together for this new beginning, new opportunity, wish fulfillment, exciting stuff coming in. So this is definitely clarifying that with others' help, you're not having to do all this alone. And obviously, if you are moving, that's kind of a community effort with at least your little family, and possibly movers if you're hiring movers, or other people to help in some way. We have that ad coming in about 5 seconds, so we'll take a quick break on that and get that further clarification. And for those of you that are still hanging out after the ad, because you have YouTube Premium, we'll just take a quick drink of water together. Or other beverage of choice. Okay. Amber, let me know when you're back so I can continue your reading. She's been seeing a lot of 33 and 3333 lately. Yeah. It's very interesting. Since I've had my weird rude awakening, as you put it, I love how you put that. Rude awakening from the awakening. I've been seeing a lot less like traditional angel numbers and seeing more like random, like I see 58 a lot. Another one, 31, which is now 731. I've been seeing 31 a lot rather than just, 44 and 22 and 1111. I'm seeing more just kind of other numbers. But let's get further clarification on that card. Yeah, just continuing to work diligently, chipping away, especially when you're moving, packing and maybe even decluttering and purging and realizing, well, we probably don't need this down where we're going to be. And all the winter coats, you probably don't need all the winter coats down there. Lucky duck. It probably still gets okay cold down there, but not like it does in the winter up this way. But yeah, this is just also being able to, when you are making these moves and kind of expanding on that eclipse reading that we did. That's really you coming in and nuancing or fine-tuning and just decluttering your life in such a way. Energies and just so much is coming together that you can let go or allow certain aspects of your life to fall away that just aren't serving you anymore. Belief systems, just different other things like that. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I see a lot of mirror numbers as well. 32s, 23s, that type of thing. Okay, these two want to come out for that as well. So meditation to dig deep. Very interesting. Yeah. And it's funny because your card was about coming to the surface, if I'm not mistaken. And this is also saying to dig deep. So it's almost like you're digging deep to, make this move, make these changes that are transpiring. You're digging down deep to, really make things happen for yourself. And then you're breaking the surface. And that's when the heavy, dense feeling of all that weight on your shoulders is starting to lift. And then we have plant the seeds. Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about here. And that's so funny because that reading we had about you literally planting some seeds to, basically act as the thing, being that proof that it's manifesting for you. And look at that. Further clarification. I love it. That's so cool. I love it. So yeah, it's not always going to be easy, especially with this, this is working diligently, but really this is good work. Like you're feeling okay and even happy or glad about the amount of work or effort you're putting into something because you're seeing it pay off right before you. You're seeing those seeds that you've planted and nurtured and nourished breaking the surface. And very interesting. I know this is like the This is the Everyday Witch Oracle. So look, they're not all like farming and planting, but look, both of these are, you planting the seed and then watching it start to grow, watching it start to happen. And even utilizing your crystals, putting your crystals or certain crystals with your seed to help it grow. Especially you saying in your apartment, things don't grow very well, but there was like a money plant, if I'm remembering right. You had a money plant that was growing well. So maybe just utilizing like black tourmaline or shungite, other grounding crystals that can help get all of that EMF frequency that I was really seeing was possibly a big cause of why the plants aren't thriving very well there. That would benefit. Oh, Kashfi wants a dog once we have our own home. Oh yeah, the dog in the card. Yes, I love that. Yes, and dogs are just that major symbolism of loyalty. And I don't know if you heard Walter barking as you brought the dog up, but he was just barking. He wasn't barking before that, and he's not barking now. So again, dogs are like great protectors, energetically, physically, just emotional support. I mean, they're amazing. I can't say enough about dogs. I have always, since the day I was born, I've always had a dog in my life. I've never not had a dog in all of my 40 years. My mom had those dogs before I was born, and I've had dogs since. You want to have a backyard where a dog we can do gardening and plant fruit trees. Yeah, that would be so amazing, wouldn't it? Oh, I have that. I do have a yard. We don't really dig up our yard. We have all these raised beds kind of on our patio and stuff because we have underground sprinklers, so I don't want to like accidentally dig like a sprinkler up or something, but we do have plenty of raised beds, and then we have this little area kind of off our other side of our porch where we have more raised beds. And last year I didn't really do much with it because we planted mustard seeds for mustard plants, and it went crazy. Like it's invasive at this point, so I got to get that under wraps. I got to pull out all those mustard leaves, and my mint also like went invasive. I gotta dial back the mint this year. I gotta probably pull some and maybe give some away to people around here that want some mint plants because mine just went wild. I must admit I'm scared about the move. Will I make friends or not? Will we be welcome there? Yeah. I see that it's a much clearer, cleaner, welcomed energy than where you're currently at. Like the neighborhood feels more polite, more inclusive, more just receptive and open to people coming in. I really do see that. Something jumpy today, the afternoon. I felt like running away, even crying. I don't know, was it me or something messing with me? Yeah, I feel that's like psychic attack. It's just in full force. Especially when things like that come out of nowhere. You can 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, guarantee that's a psychic attack. Entity interference, just trying to get a rise out of you. Yeah, you got chills. There's your confirmation. Yeah, I got chills now too. Wow, look at that. We're so connected with the chill thing. What is that? I love it. I know what it is, but you know what I mean. It's like, what is that? All right. Amber's second question. I know 2 of my past lives were affecting me in this life. One in the 1800s with my dad, hubby, brother, and mother-in-law, and the other in Lemuria with my mom. What other lives are affecting this lifetime? What gifts / relationships, karma are coming from them? Anything important that I need to know? Some in-depth insight from my true organic self / true organic inner self. Yes, all of that. Let's do a deep dive into this. Tuning in. And one thing that I've been doing, and I know, yeah, this is so strong. I love it. I mean, I don't love the entity interference, but I love the connection we have. But what I'm seeing, and one thing I've been doing just as it comes up in my own life, just glimpses, and like I recently went to Butte last Thursday, so it'll be a week ago tomorrow, where I had that past life, where I died in that mining disaster. And I wanted to go through and, tour all the mining stuff. And I'd been there once since I had uncovered that past life. Well, I've been through there a couple times, but like physically stopped and put my feet on the ground where I know I built my house and everything. And this last time I went, it's very interesting that Raylene Short, Roots Restored Wellness, who I talk about once in a while, she went to Butte. She also lives here in Montana. I don't know her personally. She lives like, I don't know, 250 miles away, like 250 miles away from me. But she went and did a big, healing and a big clearing, a big cleansing of the town of Butte, which has a lot of dark history, not just with the mining disasters and mining deaths and, these big, as they called them of the day, robber barons and, like steel kings and the copper kings, they call, the steel kings of the, like the East Coast of the U.S. And then we got the Copper Kings over in Butte area. There was a couple people who made a lot of money off the deaths of a lot of people that literally died for their cause. And there's a whole conspiracy I uncovered about what actually caused that fire, and it wasn't what was said. But I went there, and that heaviness that I would feel every time I go through that town was just gone. Like it just lifted. And I know Raylene did a lot of work in that town, but I also just felt this like almost just release of that past life that was really affecting me in this life. I still have yet. I wanted to do it this time, but we were kind of running low on time and I didn't want to be rushed. I found just online on findagrave.com, I found the plot where that body of that lifetime I had in Butte, where that body is buried. I didn't go though. I didn't go because I don't want to be rushed. I know it's going to be very profound, and I want my body in this life and my body of that life to have their time together. You know what I mean? Not in a creepy way, but just energetically speaking, I guess. So strong. You're talking about like, yeah, I figured you were. But just me doing my own kind of inner deep dive has really helped allow that heaviness to lift. As you said that, I felt heaviness in my heart and it's hurting. I have this urge to go back to Sedona, back to the place on top of that hill where I meditated last year. Remember I told you, but yes. I think that would be very profound. Sometimes we do have to kind of go back or circle back. And if you can't, here, Amber, I'm getting this download too. If you can't physically go back anytime soon, you can go there in your meditation. You have that quantum connection to that time, space, and reality, but you can connect to that time and space, but utilize it in this now moment for yourself. So you don't even have to physically go back. I know it feels much more powerful because we can have that tangible effect with it. But I did so much work on that lifetime and my connection to that land without even going there, that by the time I did go back there, I almost felt like I didn't need to do anything. Like the work was done because I just did it from here. And it's like, I don't know, 100 miles up the freeway. It's not very far away, but connect to it here and now, or whenever the need calls or the need arises, and just, get into that meditative state and allow whatever, of course, connecting to your own inner self and your own true spirit and all that, setting those boundaries, because a lot of these entities can come in and show you things that aren't even true to just feed off your energy. So, of course, connecting. Yeah, look, what's on the back deck this whole time is your past, the nostalgia of something past life, and even asking to tune into the good aspects of that past life and how you can integrate them in your connections with these people in this life could really benefit. But let's tune in with both of those lives, the one you had with your mom and Lemuria, and then the one you had with your husband, your dad, I think brother, you said, let me correct that, your mother-in-law in that 1800s life, but I want to clarify that for sure. Yeah, dad, hubby, brother, mother-in-law. Yeah, no, I was right. Okay. So just want to make sure. But let's just specifically get, clarity on being able to overcome heaviness in the lifetime with, that cluster of 4 other souls in the 1800s. Brother, mother-in-law, father, and all of that. So the High Priestess and the 3 of Wands. So yes, you absolutely tuning in, doing these meditations, just allowing whatever needs to come up. And if it doesn't feel very heavy or you don't really feel like there's a connection, just setting the intention to heal anything in that life that is affecting you in this life and even other incarnations. Because, what is time? We don't really understand it on this human level. We see it like marching on day after day, but on a more quantum level, like what is time? So anything that was going on in the connection in that lifetime, you can, reverberate that healing out into all time, space, reality, and lifetime. And with the 3 of Wands, this is you setting very clear intentions and actions, and maybe even rewriting history or rewriting the past to something you would hope to experience instead. And I know it sounds so woo-woo and, oh, that's playing make-believe and pretend, but you would not believe, because I did that a lot with this, past life, and it was even affecting my connection that I have with my sister. Um, and because she was my fiance in that life, and I know that sounds crazy. I was a male, she was a female, in that life, and it really affected our closeness in this life. Like, I would just always want to be close to her and really have this beautiful, deep bond as sisters, and it just never quite hit the mark. I mean, there were moments. We have moments, of course, but I just wanted a consistent connection with my sister on a deeper level. It just never happened. Never happened. Did all this healing work around that lifetime, and now we're probably closer than we've ever been. We've spent more time together in the last, probably month than we have in the past 6, 7, 8 years. So these things really are healing, and us doing this work, it feels so make believe and pretend and la di da, but like, we have so much we can do with our imagination and just what we're inspired to do. But of course, setting those intentions and connecting to our own true original source creator and our true spirit and all that is what's going to bridge the gap from hoping, wishing, and just spinning wheels, connecting all these spirit guides and actually making something happen for ourselves. Yeah, I know this. My mother-in-law was my wife in the 1800s, and my husband was my son. Yeah, see, it feels so like ancestral, incest, however, whatever. You know what I'm saying. It feels that way, but like soul or spirit, I guess, wise, it's not. Yeah. Anything else for that specific lifetime Amber needs to know for her own healing? Yeah, there just might be something you're not seeing about that lifetime yet that will present itself when the time is right. So I think if you get in that zone of connecting back, and I don't know that it's that lifetime happened in Sedona or what, or if it was just you being in Sedona and having the energies be a certain vibration that it just opened or unlocked something for you. But you can still, again, through the quantum field, connect to that spot you meditated at in Sedona anytime, anywhere, now, in the future, whenever. And something that you haven't seen will be presented, will come to light for you, and it will be pretty groundbreaking. How is it going to be groundbreaking? I want to know. How is this going to change for the better Amber's life in this incarnation? Transformation and change. Yeah. So it's going to transform your relationships with these people. Whether it looks like you just kind of going your separate ways with maybe certain connections, but strengthening of bonds of others in a way that feels mutually beneficial. And I'm specifically seeing your connection with your husband. It may never be what you've always wished and hoped and dreamed it could be, but you're coming to at least a common ground or a common understanding between the two of you that, okay, this is how we'll move forward in our family dynamic, in our relationship. And it's in a way that feels much just like this weight lifted off of you and also him, and certain expectations that you have for each other are just going to shift and change, especially surrounding this move. Okay, now I want to kind of tune into that lifetime, anything healing or just kind of helping Amber with her connection with her mom. Yeah, the Lemurian lifetime with your mom. That's just this true, not even spiritual, soulmate bond, but like spirit bond. Because like you hear me say, soul is but, at least what I'm tuning in, you may all beg to differ, and that's totally fine. But what I've tuned in and discovered for myself is soul contracts, soul mates, soul anything is in the snow globe of the matrix that I'm always talking about, that I'm sure you're sick of me talking about. But it's just the only way I can quickly deliver this information if new people are coming in. Of course, I sound like broken records to those of you that are here day after day and week after week, which I appreciate your support and I love that. But yeah, you totally get, I'm seeing you got some IMs popping up. Thanks, Mom. I'll do that. But yeah, what I see with this is you don't have to let go of that connection with your mom. And especially after all this, well, am I even connecting to my mom? Is this dark entities? Is this false light? What is this? Of course, setting those intentions to connect to your, because this to me feels, it's very interesting. We got this little symbol. It's like the caduceus, like the on the medical stuff, like the snakes on the staff, the caduceus. I'm sure that I don't know 100% if that's how you produce that word or pronounce the word. It's CADUE. That's not. It's something. I think they call it the caduceus, but it's the snakes intertwined. And to me, it also really reads almost like DNA. And every time I see that, it does represent healing. So there is a healing of this connection, but it also can represent like the twin flame concept. So I don't know if you've ever resonated with the fact that your mom could be like a twin flame, like a part of your soul. And again, I even do see these soul like twin flame thing being, I haven't tuned in enough to say definitively yes, absolutely, but just kind of tuning in just a little, I almost feel like the twin flame separation of soul is also in the matrix, that when you do go beyond this, there is no separation of anybody anywhere, because it's all spirit and all of us are spirit, our true spirit. Yeah, I'm missing her a lot, especially when I have to move. Oh my God, I was talking about the DNA chills. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So on that, higher perspective, higher level outside the matrix, there is no separation of anything anywhere. But it's when we're in the snow globe of the matrix that everything's so compartmentalized and separate, that is like that twin flame separation kind of vibe. Yeah, but let's just see anything else you need to know about this connection with your mom, specifically with the Lemurian timelines, bridging the gap to this timeline, helping Amber heal or feel really good about this connection. Meditation and creativity. Ah, I just got this beautiful like vision of you doing art, and that's when you can feel really close to her. Also in meditation, doing these meditations and just allowing your imagination to take flight and do whatever it needs to do to heal or to inspire you, to inspire your creativity. And again, there's a dog on the floor, a cat also, but I'm really drawn specifically to the dog here. The dog's even doing his own little paw painting, and so is the cat. That is so cute. And it's very interesting. It's almost like what this reminds me of, like pour painting, where you don't mix it, but you kind of just pour all this paint into a cup and you have a canvas, and then you pour all the different colors that are in this cup onto the canvas and you kind of move the canvas around. I'm sure you've heard of that. If you haven't, look up pour painting, Pour, not like pour. I'm a poor man, but like I'm pouring out a cup, like that kind of pour. So looking into that, because you would use like a blowtorch, at least when I did it, I used this little blowtorch to heat up. They call them cells, and then the cells kind of burst and they make little cells or circles all over. And it's very interesting how this is coming up, because it always, cells, it's like the human body has cells, the human body has DNA. And now this reading is all coming full circle. Cells, DNA, the family, you're connected to her by DNA, obviously, because you're her daughter in this incarnation, but also like, that like separation of soul, because twin flame energy, if you want to attribute it to that as well. But also, this fire energy almost reminds me of like the blowtorch on the canvas to create those cells. Feel she was part of the group of spirit that broke out of the organic creator with me. Wow. Yeah. Let's just get a clarification on that. Well, back of the deck, we got 6 of Cups. So that's nostalgia. That's that past life coming in hot again. Let's just get clarification on that. Remember, she feel she was part of the group of spirit that broke out of the organic creator with me. Yeah. And it's been a long, hard road of all these different incarnations since then. So eventually though, because this is persistence, you're not giving up, she's not giving up, there will be that reunion yet again. There absolutely will be that reunion yet again. That's what's happening. As I mentioned above, I'm feeling the urge to paint, but I feel as if something is stopping me. I'm lacking something which I cannot pinpoint. Yeah, and that's so interesting, because when I get that way too, like with my writing or, even painting, like I pulled out this birdhouse that my kids, they painted it black with like teal edges, and then there's like a yellow smiley face on the back. And I just wanted to paint, like, in addition to that, just some yellow sunflowers on it, because I've been all about the sunflower vibe from, the Harmony Portal Tarot rebrand and all that. And I just like got this, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I didn't. I'm like, I took myself out of it. But that was today. But also today, I've been out of my workout routine for about 2 weeks, and I've been feeling really down on myself. Like, why can't I just, it's only 15 minutes. Why don't I just do it? And, but last week I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then, tomorrow comes, like tomorrow. And today I'm like, no, it's 15 minutes. And I didn't allow myself to think about it enough to talk myself out of it. I just got my workout stuff on, put the TV on, put the workout on there, and I just did it without allowing myself to think about it. So that might be something you do, is kind of almost plan to not plan. But it's like the next time you think about painting and then say, oh no, but I feel blocked, I don't know. the next time that thought of painting comes up and you actually do have time to paint, of course, don't talk yourself out of it thinking, oh, I got to cook dinner now, or I got to do, because we can talk ourselves out of anything. I'm like the queen of being able to talk myself out of anything. But the next time that thought comes up to paint, and you don't have a real legit excuse, like I didn't today, like I probably should have filmed a couple shorts in that time, or could have. But then I told myself in my own head, I'm just distracting myself with work when I need to take care of myself. And my workout is going to be one step into taking care of myself. So I just did it. Like I talked myself into it before I could talk myself out of it, and then I did it. So maybe even just having your supplies very close at hand or ready in some area of the apartment if that's possible, or just have them, everything you need kind of just packaged up and then in the cupboard or wherever you store them, that when it's not going to be a chore to have to find, okay, where did I put that paintbrush? Oh, that canvas, I think it's at the back of the closet. Oh, where is it? Just have everything ready so that when you're like, oh no, I want to paint, but like I'm blocked, you can just grab everything out, get it set up real quick. And then even if you don't have an idea, maybe you can just ask your inner self, what would be an idea of something I could paint? So if the idea is the problem or the blockage, you maybe get an idea or two or three or four, file them away for when the moment strikes. Have those supplies ready, even if they're kind of tucked away, have them ready and willing to come out. And then you can't have time to talk yourself out of it if you don't have to go get it all together. And then just start painting. Even if you don't like what you're painting or it feels like it's not really flowing, sometimes you just got to start for it to then start coming in. Because after, like the workout I did today, it's 4 circuits. So it's the same thing. They call it high intensity interval training. But the program I do, they stress resting. So you work until you give it all your all. And then if you need to take a whole minute to just sit there and catch your breath and rest, then take it. If you only need 10 seconds, take it. I can't just do it power all the way through, and neither can these I guess fitness ladies on the video. They can't go all the way through it, and they are buff, ripped, they got muscles. They're like very athletic, and they can't just bust through it. But that's the whole thing, is taking the breaks. It's all about the rest, because that's when you can allow your muscles to recover real quick and then get back at it. But after that first interval, I was like, yeah, let's do this. Like I was pumped up. I could feel those endorphins. I was ready. Yeah, it might be your ego mind. Yeah, and maybe even just listening to something I do, it kind of does kind of take you out of the flow of the actual creativity. But one thing you can do is put on a movie or a TV show or music that you've already heard or seen. Nothing new, because your attention's gonna be like, oh, well, what did he just say? Oh, what's going on over here? Something you've already seen that you can just, maybe something you've seen a lot. So your attention isn't like completely immersed in it, but it's comfortable enough to get you in a like kind of, because really TV music, it can get you in a hypnotic state, which could be good, could be bad, we can argue here. But really use that hypnotic state to your advantage to just get some energy flowing in the direction. And even if after 5-10 minutes, I'd say give yourself at least 10-15 minutes to get in the flow. And once you've put 10-15 minutes under your belt, just keep going if you can. But at least give it that much. And then maybe the next time it won't be as difficult. And then maybe the time after that it won't be as difficult. And you'll just kind of build your way back toward it. That's what I have to do with my writing sometimes, because I realize I've got this 4-part series I got to write and edit and then redraft and then edit and then get out to beta readers and then, get to an editor and a proofreader. And then I got to design the cover, and then I got to publish it, and then I got to market it. Like that is so overwhelming. But if I just think of the next thing I need to do in the process, it doesn't feel so like choking. And then I can easily just get into the flow of that. So instead of thinking I need to, create this masterpiece and have it finished in one sitting, just see if you can put a couple dots of paint on a paper or a canvas or whatever it is. Yeah, biggest challenge is having your husband meeting in the room, like to paint. I know these are excuses. Yeah, and they're excuses, but like they're still valid. It's still valid, because it's hard to get in the flow when you hear someone on a business meeting or, someone's huffing and puffing, like you should be doing this instead, or, whatever it is. Yeah, it could be very difficult. Same as having with yoga that I've already paid for, right? Yeah. And my program, I it was a $37 program, which I paid for, and I've already gotten my $37 out of it. I'm very happy with it. I just need to quit making that excuse and just, it's only 3 days a week. I can totally do that. 15 minutes, 3 days a week. So that's what, 45 minutes of my week? I can totally do that. And maybe even if you kind of if you can't just get in the flow of it, just kind of on accident or by way of energy hitting you, maybe you do schedule creative time. Maybe schedule, 15, 30 minutes, an hour, however much you think you need or want, schedule it. And if nothing really cool happens with it, at least you tried. And then the next time that schedule pops up, you're painting, try. But also allow for that spontaneity of when the moment strikes you and you just have everything ready and can do it. I think trying both ways could help. Maybe both ways, somehow, some way could open something up. You're definitely going to be able to put something down on that paper or that, canvas, I guess. We got an ad coming in 53 seconds. Well, I hope that helped, Amber. Yeah, I totally get it with the creative, just mental ego getting involved. It's like, go away, ego. I want to do this. My heart's in it. Get my mind out of it. All right, let's just get one to wrap all of this up for Amber. Anything else? Rebirth and reinvention. Yeah, finding new ways to show up for yourself and your creativity and your art and your life and your healing. Just finding new ways. You don't have to use those old ways to, because old ways won't open new doors, basically, is kind of the vibe I'm getting with this message as well. Yeah, dolphins again. Yeah, there they are. There's 3 of them. Very, very cool. There's your number 3, 33 and 333. All right, ad coming in 5 seconds. Woo. We'll talk about this one second. Yes. Love it. Amber will have to let me know when she's back. And that is the last donation I have for the night. So I will have to remind myself to put Vicky and Cheyenne's, I almost said memory cards. I meant timestamps. Why did I think memory cards? That's so weird. Yeah, we started with them and the one card. You're here, you're back. Okay, so this is the card that popped out when we were going to commercial break. And it says, go with the flow. So yeah, and sometimes we have to create our own flow by, putting that structure in place. Think of it like a canal. That's kind of like a man-made way to route water. Sometimes you gotta kind of create your own canal to allow the flow to come in. But again, just kind of going with the flow. If the moment strikes and you feel like, I should paint right now, but like, I don't know, I feel blocked. Maybe I shouldn't. Don't talk yourself out of it. Just go with the flow of that first thought of painting and then go get going on. I love that. All right, Amber. Well, I hope that resonated. I hope that brought you some, clarity, especially with the healing stuff with the past lifetimes. And just, not saying, oh, don't allow it to affect you, because, we can sit there and we think that all day long, but it still affects us on some level. But just chipping away at it, in meditation, going to Sedona, both in meditation and physically, could really help you come full circle with some of these, lessons. Even doing the cord removal thing, I was telling Shamakia earlier about removing those cords just from lifetimes. And, if you don't know what specifically went down or what cords might be there, you can just say, in your own intuition and your own meditation, just say you're honing in on the cord that is most negatively affecting you or impacting you at this time. And then envision that being pulled and, healed and all, you know what to do. I think you're already there. So just doing these things, just setting time. And one of the best times I do these things, there's 2 times that just work really well for me. It's when I'm in the bath, which I try to take, 5 to 6 salt baths in the evenings, 5 to 6 nights a week. Not 5 to 6 like in one day, but like a week. There's usually 1 day or 2 days of the week that I'm, doing this live stream. Wednesday nights, I usually don't get a bath, or other nights that we got sports things going on, which coming up, we're going to have boys in 4 different activities, 2 each. Boston's going to be in basketball and baseball. Wrigley's going to be in soccer and baseball at the same time. Of course, basketball will kind of end partway through baseball, so Boston won't be able to focus on baseball. But I'm going to be busy on those evenings, so I'm probably going to get less baths. But the, I guess, silver lining of that is I can still ground and connect to the earth by being at these different sporting arenas with my feet on the grass or the dirt. So I always take my shoes off when it's warm and just put my bare feet on the ground. I don't care if people see me or what they think. I don't care. It's fun. But yeah, just setting those intentions, and then also right before bed. Yep, that's the other time that I go to bed every night. At least in my 30s and 40s, I've gone to bed every night. I don't stay up all night and hang out with friends and whatnot. But yeah, just that time before bed, that time and space before bed, and even utilizing your rest state to do that deep healing work. Setting that intention, and then of course also setting the intention not to go to the astral realm, but to allow your true spirit to come and do a lot of house cleaning through all time, space, reality, and lifetime. I've been saying that intention, and it's very interesting. I can't remember the dream now right off the top of my head, but I forgot to set my intention last night because I got sidetracked with my alarm. I stayed up a little later than I normally do. So my alarm that reminded me, hey, we're going to set these intentions. Like, I stayed up like an hour after that and totally forgot. But I woke up, I went into the astral realm doing some sort of dream thing, woke up to use the bathroom, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to set that intention. And I felt so much healing after that. But yeah, I did forget last night for part of the night anyway. Uh, I tried to connect with Sedona. We'll set that intention before sleeping. Sometimes I connect with the source energy while cooking, listening to some music, and I end up crying. Yeah, because that's us purging. That really does. Day to day, there's just so much toxicity in the world and just so much yuckiness going on, and then we got our own baggage from the past that just comes up. Music is such a motivator of emotion for me. Like, it invokes emotion like almost nothing else. And specifically when, like, you can, okay, so next time you see like a sad scene in a movie, just really listen to how the music makes it even sadder. It like brings out the emotion. If you put like a fast, happy song behind like the pictures that are taking place in the movie, or the videos that are taking place in the movie, it just does not have the same impact or effect. So music actually can be a great help in moving those emotions out when we want to cry, but we don't feel like crying, but we know we need to cry. Sometimes I put on that sad song and it's just what I need to bump it up. And then, of course, using that book, The Vampire's Way by John Creeder, like the information in that book, so that these dark entities can't come in and feed off that energy that I'm crying out, because they'll show up every time. They're the ones poking the bear to get you to cry. But yeah, there's something very cathartic about having that good cry. But then you can use that technique in that book, that John Creeder, The Vampire Way, to psychic self-defense, to revitalize, or to use that energy, that negative energy you just expelled, to bring it back with that reverse breathing technique, and then use it as a fertilizer for your new happiness or your new opportunity or whatever it is. And that's another thing I need to get back up on, because when I was doing that consistently, I felt just so light, like the huge heavy weight. But it's like all these intentions you got to set. It's like a full-time job. Just setting your intentions, clearing your energy, protecting yourself, making dinner, living your life, just being a human. I mean, it's a lot. It's a full-time job. Just making sure we're doing everything we should do, right? It's a lot. Oh yes, it is. Yeah. I'm setting intention to clear cords, intrusions, overlays, entities, etc. before going to sleep. That's perfect. Yeah. And the more you do that, the better practiced you get at it. It doesn't feel like such a chore after a while. It almost just feels automatic. And most nights it does feel automatic to me, and I don't even need my alarm to remind me most nights. But last night I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I got sidetracked because I was looking at things on Instagram. Probably stuff I shouldn't have been looking at before bed. It was funny, but like didn't really enhance my life in any way. And then I got sidetracked, or hijacked, probably a better word for it. It was this lady who does parodies of like the Kardashians, which I haven't watched any Kardashian content or had any interest in them since like 2016. I used to watch their show, I don't know, for a couple years, maybe like 2014 to 2016. Because it was like when I would like go, like I was breastfeeding my youngest son, Wrigley, who was born in 2014. And it was always on. was just always on TV, and this is back when I used to watch TV. And so I just watch it, and then you get like hooked in it. And it's not even that they're interesting or anything, but there's like almost this energetic hook that keeps you coming back for more. But that happened last night to me, not the Kardashians themselves, but this girl on Instagram that was like parodying them, and like she talked more like them than they do. And I was laughing so hard at a couple points. Um, but I, for like probably 30 minutes, I just watched. She had all these shorts, and I was just watching and watching and watching and watching. And then that's reminding me, I did have a dream about Kylie Jenner, which is by way of Kardashians. And then I woke up to go pee, and then I'm like, no, not going to the astral realm and having dreams about the Kardashians. I'm going back in, setting my proper intentions, and yeah, my lesson's been learned not to be on social media right before bed. I really do avoid that most of the time, but my audiobook, it just isn't very exciting right now. The audiobook I'm listening to, it's a decent story, but it's very, very slow moving plot, and it's like a multi-timeline plot, which can be very interesting, but this one specifically is very slow. So I'm like, I don't really feel like listening to that tonight. I'm hooked to How to Get Away with Murder, The Wonder Years, and Doogie Howser. Oh my gosh, I loved The Wonder Years and Doogie Howser when I was younger. I haven't watched those like at all recently, but I used to love those shows. And then I don't think I've ever watched How to Get Away with Murder specifically, but I used to watch all those like investigation discovery or like crime court TV shows like Dateline and oh my gosh, I can't even think of all of them. Like the Forensic Files. I used to be so like into those things, like probably like obsessively into those things, just so like, how could someone do this? And it's like just this morbid fascination or curiosity with that stuff. So I totally get you on that. Yeah. And I would even watch that stuff before bed. And then I've had these like absolute like psychic attacks. I watched that one. It was like a documentary, or I can't remember if it was a series or if it was like just a like 1 or 2 hour documentary on Netflix about the Cecil Hotel and the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. That was a dark time for me because every time I'd get up to let the dogs out, this was before Judy died, and I'd have to get up like 3 or 4 times a night and let her out because I just hear her like nails on the linoleum in our kitchen. Yeah, we still have linoleum in our kitchen. But I hear her nails on the linoleum, and I'd get up and go let her out. But I'd open the back door, and my heart would start racing, like Richard Ramirez was just going to come into the house and kill me every time for like 3 months straight. And it was just like, I can't, I'm entertaining myself with something that is just not good for me. Thankfully that doesn't happen anymore. And, but yeah, that's that dark entity reminding me every time I go to that back door at night when I would get up in the night, hey, Richard Ramirez, be scared so we can feed on that energy. Oh, yeah, so much investigation stuff has me drooling. Yeah, and even like that Idaho 4 thing that happened with Brian Koberger, allegedly was the one that killed those college kids. I was born at the same hospital as the two of those girls. So I like got sucked back into the like crime part of YouTube and was watching everything I could on that, and that wasn't healthy for me. And thankfully, a lot of that has kind of died down. No pun intended. That was a bad pun. But a lot of that like stuff about that case was, it was so like I could not stop thinking about that. And then right before that, last August, Kylie Rodney case, like I was all up on that, and that made no sense to me. Just so weird. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you have a heart palpitation right now, as if I felt how you felt. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so creepy though. Yeah, I know there was someone there, right? Yeah, the whole thing was just, creep. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point, but I love it. I love just hanging out and diving into all these random rabbit holes. Remember one donation, someone was asking about their dear one getting murdered. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was her sister was murdered by, and I like explained it was like they didn't know. I can't remember if they didn't know cause of death or what, but like, yeah, that was a murder. But she didn't tell me out the gate that it was a murder. She's just like, I want to hear from my sister who crossed over. And then it just evolved. And then she's like, yeah, she was murdered. And I'm like, I felt like, the life was like, just, ugh. Yeah, you probably being intuitive yourself when people have questions and then we're all tuning in together, you probably get downloads about that as well. Yeah, such major downloads. Yeah, absolutely. I feel ya. Yeah, it can be a lot, but I my heart really goes out to anybody who, not I mean anyone to get their loved one taken away with such a violent act of murder, but especially to those that don't have answers as to who did it or why they did it. If they do know who did it, like why? Um, yeah, it's just crazy, right? Love chatting with you. I hardly get to talk about this stuff. Yeah, same. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can talk about it all day long on like live streams and stuff, but I'm only on live streams. Well, of course, our two regularly scheduled live streams on this channel, and then of course whenever we do Patreon, which I loved. I loved doing like the conspiracy readings we did. We did that deep dive on JonBenet Ramsey and what happened that night. Kurt Cobain. What else? Oh, the Titanic sinking. We did a big conspiracy reading on that, which is very interesting because since it's awakening from the awakening, like that is so weird. It's so weird because that whole reading, I still tune in. I got the same vibe with what happened to Kurt Cobain. I get the same vibe with what happened with JonBenet Ramsey. But when I tune into the energy of Titanic, a lot of that was entity like taking us off on a wild goose chase. Like a lot of that, there was truth to some of what we tuned into in that reading, but a lot of that was entity interference and wild goose chase. So we might have to back that one up and redo tuning into the true timeline of what actually happened. But it's very interesting because when I tune in, there's actually three timelines that this thing happened, this thing also happened, and this thing also happened. But those three timelines have merged, so now there's one reality. Like, well, which is the true reality for all of us that maybe we're on those three different timelines of that event? But it's weird because the Kurt Cobain, the thing that happened with him, in all the timelines that have converged that I've tuned in, it's always been the same thing. Yeah, it would be fun to get back into it. I've gotten some like certain nuance and downloads that are one thing that happened on that was completely different, but I don't want to spoil it for those that aren't on Patreon and haven't seen that. But if anyone wants to go watch all of those are all on Patreon and they are available on demand whenever you want to see them. Are they on the channel? Can I see them? They are on. Okay, so if you go over to Patreon, I have certain things tagged so you can easily find those. And let me see if it was. I don't know if I've tagged them under conspiracy or live stream. I will find that on Patreon for you. But yeah, absolutely, they would be available for you to see because you're a patron on Patreon. So let me see. So if you just go to the main page, it says latest posts, 11 patrons, and then, oh, maybe that's just for me to see, I don't know. But it says latest posts, but then it says media type, tier, month, and right below that, there's all the different categories. Pick a card reading, early access, weekly readings, Patreon exclusives. It would definitely be under Patreon exclusive. So if you just click Patreon exclusive, that'll give you all of the top tier of Patreon content, which you're a member of. And I'm going to go all the way back to the first one we had, which was, I guess that was a weekly reading, which I was not tagging them correctly at the time, I guess. So we had a 9/11 conspiracy and the Great Awakening video on September 19th. And I don't even remember what all. That was interesting because that reading actually got hijacked. We didn't even dive much into what actually took place on the day of 9/11. It basically said whatever happened. And again, that might be worth looking back into because certain entity interference might have been not wanting us to see certain truths because it was just directing us to the Great Awakening. This opened people's eyes. This event opened people's eyes, and we kind of just went a whole other tangent with that. Oh, you did see that one. Okay, good. Then we had a Mercury retrograde reading that was back between on 9/27 through October 18th of 2021, which probably wouldn't be worth looking back at. But then we had the first spiritual topic live stream, which, if I remember correctly, we did dive into some pretty cool things on that. And then the Kurt Cobain reading, which that all still tracks. Everything is still with that good as far as I know. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of oh, then we did the arm injection thing. I don't want to say the true word because they will trigger the algorithm. That agenda, and then a spiritual and energetic perspective on what they were injecting into people. And that still tracks intuitively when I'm tuning in. Um, yeah, spiritual path. Pick a card was a Patreon exclusive. We did a big human design talk, and these are things that even I will sometimes go back. Well, not my own live streams really, but like when I had guests on, there's just nuggets of information I maybe just wasn't ready for at the time that just really stick out to me now. Yeah, Mercury retrograde's coming again. Oh, one thing, Amber, since you're here and you're on Patreon, um, even though I'm taking a break from Patreon, I'm gonna still upload my pick a cards early access, even though you guys aren't gonna be charged, just so I can keep them on there even when I'm not, um, you know, what's the word like? The word is just gone, escaping me. Not live, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like active, that's the word, active. Even when I'm not active on Patreon, you guys will get the Pega cards at least 24 hours before the public will get them, just for free, just so I can still keep uploading them over there. It's really not that much extra work that I have to put out, so I'll just do that in tandem with when I upload it on the other channel. But you'll see it usually about 24 hours or better in advance of everybody else. So I guess there are perks to me still disappearing from Patreon, but you not being charged at least. That's good. But yeah. All right. Now I'm going to go. I heard my husband downstairs. Well, he came up here to get something. Maybe he's just checking to see if I was done yet. So I'm going to go hang out with him. And I heard Walter barking. So yeah, go regulate the dog and see what's going on down there. Yeah, it will be fun. Yeah, a lot of stuff I can see there. Yeah, cool. So yeah, if you ever get bored, and the hot tip that I have, if you can process, I'm a Gemini moon, so like I process words really quickly, or videos or movies, or when someone talks really fast, like I accidentally talk really fast just by default because I have so many thoughts coming in, and then I just want to get them all out fast. So like I interpret information very quickly. So a lot of times I will go to the little gear at the bottom of the video and put the playback speed to 2 times speed and listen to stuff that way. Even my audiobooks, I can't just listen to an audiobook just normal speed. It's like dragging feet, and I have to get to the point. Like, let's go, let's do this, because I can it's not like I'm trying to finish it quick. It's just like my brain works so fast. When something's so slow, I'm just like, ugh. But not when I'm in a conversation with someone. That's like a whole other area of my brain that's activated during that. And it does not bother me when people like having a Zoom or a sit down conversation or talking slow. That does not even affect me, or I don't even think about it at that point. And a lot of movies and music, of course, obviously, I'm fine with it. But like if it's an audiobook and there are certain more cinematic, or if I'm having my like eyes involved in a video, I don't want to listen to it on 2 times speed because I want to immerse myself in the experience. But if it's just words and I don't need that visual part of it, because my visual just works in tandem with the words, like if I'm reading an audiobook, I'll listen to that on 2 times speed and still be able to really get everything. It's so weird. You do that most of the time, as I've always connected Gemini sun. Yeah, in all your life. Yeah. So we're just wired or programmed that way, I guess. And yeah, especially when I'm with other Gemini Gemini placements, it's like we're like just on these other levels. We can just do things very quickly. It's very funny. But it doesn't take away from the experience of it, because it's still just as deep of a connection, I think, not that I have anything in this lifetime to compare it to, but yeah. Hello, Constance L. You're new to the channel. Welcome, welcome. I was just about to close out. I've been live 2 hours, 22 seconds, and 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 2 seconds, right when I was going to try to say that, and then I messed up. Your mom was a Gemini too. Oh, I love that. Well, welcome, Constance. I will be back here on Friday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll be back. So 2 days from now, I'll be back. We did a free reading at the very beginning. I did a free one card pull for everyone who's here. So Constance, if you want to scroll back all the way to the beginning and just catch somebody's reading, you can kind of jump on their reading and still get yourself a message. That's kind of a little life hack, I guess, you can do here. And I will be back on Friday with a free collective reading. We always will start it out with some kind of offering to you guys, either a collective reading or a free one card pull. And of course, though, if you do want to send a donation, I can totally take care of that before I go. But if you just wanted to wait till next time, we can do that too. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I will be back. Yeah, we've been live a while now, so I'm gonna go rest my vocal cords, hang out with my husband and my dog since my kids are in bed. And yeah, I didn't even tuck them in. I just was like in such a hurry to get in here to see you guys tonight. Just I usually will give them a hug and a kiss wherever they are in the house. And well, one was doing homework and the other one I can't remember what he was doing. So I just rushed up here and then the live stream started and that was I did hug my oldest. That's right, because he was in here playing Roblox and then I kicked him out of here so I could do my live stream. So I gave one of them a hug and kiss goodnight. All right. Well, you have fun as well, Amber. I'll be back. If anyone's interested in a reading, I do have a free reading over on my other channel, linked in the description below, called Harmony Portal Tarot. And it is a what you need to know right now. Pick a card that went up earlier today. We also have the April prediction up if you would like to check out what you can expect for April. And I've got a plethora of other pick a card readings and also daily messages in the form of YouTube shorts on that other channel. You can just let your intuition guide you to something over there and get yourself a message if you feel so inclined. But yeah, in the meantime, I will check you guys next time. Thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see all of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot live tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday. And of course, also next Wednesday as well. Yeah, 15 likes today. So exciting. That's high for us. That's awesome. All right, you guys, I love you so much and have a very blessed evening, day, morning, whatever time it is where you're at. And I'll check you next time. Bye.